T minus 50 seconds. T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Shout out to Kop-Ish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
All the good work.
The two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that, guys. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys. Good evening, lovely people. Hope you're well. Welcome back to another Kop-Ish Kall-In show live. As always, when we get behind this mic, all that we ask is that you subscribe, comment, and like. Right. Some housekeeping stuff. And I know I do this often, but I'm going to continue to do it. We are very, very blessed to have the community we have. We are very blessed to have you guys as subscribers, you guys who chip in and help us out with what we're trying to achieve, and that is to become as big as possible. One thing I have to ask, though, is if you're going to come in here and be disrespectful, one, think twice and go and watch something else. And two, I'm going to ask this, guys, as positively as possible. If you see someone being disrespectful in the comments, get onto them. Because that's how they stop doing it. Get onto them, because it's getting a bit wild. And the reason I say that is because if me, Matt, or Drift say a controversial take on something to do with Liverpool or football or anything, you guys rightly call us out on it. And obviously that's a banter side of it. But when we say something wild, you guys call us out on it. So please, if you see someone being very disrespectful in the comments, whether it be to us, someone on the Prem Panel show, someone else in the comments, call it out. Please call it out. We're having someone, and I'm not even going to mention the person's name because I don't want to give them the airtime, but we're having someone who's going out their way to send hateful messages to Lee, me. Like, that's got to stop. I'm going to say that for one more time. That's got to stop. And again, I'm not no bad boy. I'm not no bad man. I'm not no road man. But I promise you from the bottom of my heart, you would not say that to my face. You just wouldn't. And if you did, then expect the absolute worst. And that goes for anyone else. It's got to stop now. This community is one of the best on YouTube, but there's a few people who are starting to weed their way in. That stops today. Yeah, we keep it friendly, we keep it banterful, and that's how we move forward. So now that we got all of that out of the way, how's everyone feeling? Hope you're all well. Big game coming up. Will Klopp revert tactics? Will he stick with the new formation? That is the main theme of the conversation today. Now, we are going to start the call-ins quite early. I'm going to get as many people in as possible because we want to wrap this up by 10 at the latest, because we are going to be on Monts's channel, who's going to be doing a massive preview with troops as well. So we're going to go over there and help out Monts at 10 p.m. So we're going to try and get everyone wrapped up. So we are going to be very strict with the time today. We are going to keep it to the 2-3 minutes. So again, if I cut you off or anything like that, please don't take it personally. Even if you guys want to chop it out with me, hit me up in the DMs. I'll go back and forth with you guys, whether it be through voice or text message. More than happy to do that, but we've got to keep it strict tonight. So please, don't feel like I'm taking the mick or I don't appreciate you guys calling in. We absolutely do. But I just want to get as many people in as possible tonight. So please don't take it personally. Please don't. Please do smash the like button if you haven't already, though. And we are going to, well, I'm going to ask the question. And guys, throw in a yes or a no. Do you think Klopp reverts to type? Does he go back to the 4-3-3 formation, or do you still think he will stick with the 4-4-2/4-2-3-1? Would love to know your views on that, because I don't know what he's going to do. And that for me is the main factor in this game, because I think if we stick to a 4-4-2/4-2-3-1, I actually think we win the game or draw the game. But if we don't, hate to say it, I think we might lose. So without further ado, people, you probably heard enough of me yapping. It's been 5 minutes. So the lines are open, people. So as I said previously, gonna keep your call to 3 minutes, and we're gonna chop up what you either ask us or what you say on your call. So come and join us. The link is in the stream now. Okie doke. I see it filling up nicely. There we go. All right. So I'm gonna get the first person in now. One of the legends of this show. Rarely misses a show. He probably misses less shows on a Friday than I do. So without further ado, man, like M-Tar, Mizzy in the building.
Yeah, that's good.
Not too bad. How you doing?
Well, happy with the Champions League result. I'm just gonna wrap my points this week. I'm not talking about Liverpool, but I like to bring the attention of what happened in Indonesia recently with the tragedy. As a fellow football fan, as a fellow Southeast Asian myself, as I came from Brunei, which is hours away from Indonesia, it's sad to see. Shout out to Michael Talks Football, because I knew he broke out the news, and one of the comments made me, it really hit me, because the guy was, he lived around the stadium, outside the stadium, and his brother went to the game, and turns out he's one of the victims. And also there's a news that the two brothers, two of them, it's their first ever game, and they passed away as well because of the stampede. So hopefully, condolence to the family victims. Rest in peace to the family. I just want to express my thoughts and feelings, because I feel so upset, because I really follow the youth team, head coached by Dennis Wise and Des Walker, the youth academy, and they did really well. Actually, they played against the Arsenal squad, head coached by Permat Saka, and he even said that these Indonesian players have the talent. Why I'm so upset is because they have the opportunity to play in front of their home crowd, and that could elevate the game. But as it with the news that happened recently with the tragedy, it seems that they're scared with the in playing in front of the crowd because of what really happened. So, Indonesia it seems that there's going to be sanction, and they'll be hosting the Under-20 World Cup next year, and the Asian Cup. And forget the likes of Germany, Brazil, Portugal. But I said to my family, because I really followed their football, and I said they could be the dark horse in the next 5 to 10 years against your likes of Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Japan, Korea. So it's just a shame of what really happened, and hopefully there's gonna be justice and answers. But yeah, those are just my feelings that I want to share from the other side of the world. Giving me the opportunity to let the guys like you guys to know what really happened. But yeah, hopefully we get the win this Sunday. Hope not that I'm feeling really I'm really concerned about it, but yeah, fingers crossed. But yeah, Cal, you guys are the real MVP.
Look, M-Tar, Mizzy, before you go, you say thank you for giving you the opportunity. We say thank you for shedding light on this, because without you, we would have known all of these details. So, bless you, man. Really appreciate that. And nothing but heartfelt condolences for the families who are going through this tragedy, and unfortunate people who lost their lives as well. If any fan base knows about that, it's us. So, yeah,
it's true, and it's true. Much love and respect, guys.
Bless you, bro. Thank you, man.
Yeah,
take care, bro.
Yeah.
Big up to Tom, Mizzy, man. Really does put football in perspective. I'm going to be honest, guys. it's a sport we all love and cherish, but nothing is more precious than life itself, man. So it does put into perspective, and yeah, hold those people in our hearts, in our prayers, in our thoughts, and hope that the families and the friends and relatives of those people who lost their lives get justice and get some closure on a truly awful situation. We are going to move to the next caller now, but again, M. Tarmizi, thank you very much. Right, another one of our regulars, rarely misses a show. To call him a legend again would probably be an understatement. The one and only Zabir with the locks.
Yo,
Yes,
one
yes.
time.
Well, Medea.
Yo, you know, a lot of people give my owners stick. You know, I always stick out for them and stuff like that. And rightly so. And a lot of people give Klopp stick lately, you know what I mean? And rightly so. But yo, be honest, man. Was it too hard to just tweak the formation like that? Was that difficult?
No.
Was that difficult? But yo, the only thing I got in regards to that though, I think I said it on another call-in show, man. Yo, Fab might not be what we think Fab is, you know. I'm not trying to like call man out, but you see Fab in the middle by himself. We might have been asking way too much of homeboy,
Yes.
you know.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying this to justify him. I'm saying this to say, yo, he might not even be the guy. And even if he was, he might only have like 2-3 seasons in him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking that's like a department we really need to be looking at, regardless of who's injured or who's not available in the midfield. I'm starting to think, yo, Fab ain't that guy. Probably never been that guy. Like the formation with Trent and Robbo doing what they doing and him just dropping back, that might have been playing to his strengths versus him just being that quality to hold down that position. And it might have just did that one thing better than Hendo, but to ask him to do any other thing but that, my man looked like he was coming up short. I don't know if you agree or not, but I'm really starting to look at Klopp and that and Fab like real deep now.
So I'll pause your time while I ask you this question. Would you say Fab would work in a two, like you see how we had the pivot with Hendo and Thiago? Do you think that could work with Fab, or you don't think so? Do you think it has to be Hendo and Thiago?
Nah, you know, I'm starting to look at even a Brazil squad. I don't think Fab was getting picked a lot, you know. Fab wasn't getting picked a lot in that Brazil squad. I mean, even if he's in the squad, he don't really play like a lot of games. Like, think back when they all go to international. Fab was always the one that didn't really play, you know. I remember specifically, we usually say, oh, yeah, thank God Fab wasn't playing or he never got picked or whatever. But I'm starting to think like, yo, he ain't really that guy, you know. He might have just got shoehorned in there because of the success we had. Like, he might have just been one of them players that the team looks great and as a collective look good. He might have just been skating by. I don't even think he's good in the two.
I don't know if I agree with that one, bro. So I'm going to pause your time again. This is why I disagree, though. And I don't have it to hand. There was a heat map that showed what Fab was covering when Elliot and I think Hendo or Thiago are playing on the left-hand side. And you see the whole middle of the pitch. Fab was having to literally cover that by himself. And I think you ask anyone in world football to do that now, barring a prime Kante, I don't think they can do it. Look, Rodri's fantastic, phenomenal. I don't think Rodri could do that. Casemiro couldn't do that. And I think that's where Fab's been suffering because of the system and the lack of quality we've been playing with.
All right, so I hear the heat map thing. But Cal, let's put some context on the heat map. You saying the heat map like because he was there, he was doing bits. You know what I'm saying?
No, you weren't doing great.
So man could just be roaming around, you know what I'm saying, racking up the heat pad or the heat map. But I mean, he's getting skinned and skip pass. He wasn't really doing much. And I don't like, if you have to go to statistics to like back a man, you going way out there. Like the minute you start using the statistic thing, you're going way out there. Like, and I'm not going for Salah, but like let's use him as an example. People say, oh, he created the most chances. Bro, what does that mean? Like that means nothing. That means you can just be passing the ball in the box. That's a chance created. Whether a man finish it or not is a whole other argument.
Sure.
So you can just be dead or get miscontrol, but it rolls to another man. They'll be like, oh, he meant to dummy that. That's a chance created. So like stats is, if you have to use stats to back a man, that football has a lot of attributes like tackling, dribbling, you know what I mean? Heading the ball, you know what I'm saying? Reading the game properly. If you're going outside of those attributes of football to defend a man, you're going way out there. And that's why I'm starting to suspect Fab, because I'm looking at it, I'm like, yo, my man is just, he's just running around in the middle in a lot of space. So it looks bad on him, but it's not like he's doing Kante bits. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, he's looking like we've been carrying him in a sense, because all he does is just come on that the center circle in the opposition half, and he just sits there, and he'll win like the second ball. He'll fizz one back in or fizz one out wide. He do a lot of breakup play, but every time they run past him, here's a stat that you're overlooking. I think Fab probably got the most yellow card on our team. As far as like since he joined, because we don't really get a lot of yellows and red cards, but Fab usually picks up that 1 or 2 during the game. That's why I'm looking at it. I'm like, you know what, man, we might have been carrying him versus him being like a pivotal guy in the midfield. I think I asked that question last week. He wasn't here, or maybe the week before. Who was a player that can be like nailed on for midfield? I'm starting to think that's not even Fab. Because look at the double pivot with Hendo and Thiago. I can't see Fab doing that, you know.
Fair dues. I'm gonna chop it up now, bro. I'm gonna chop it up now.
So that's what I think. Don't use no heat map. Choose your stats that you're gonna use to defend them. But yeah, and it's the same thing for your boy Klopp, man. You know, people give FSG stick, rightly so. But yo, 7 years, 6 trophy, only 2 in 1 year. It's not really a great record, to be fair. Let's be honest.
But we've got to add the context to that as well, though.
I don't know what context you add into that, man. We're in a competition to pick up trophies. 10 years, 6 trophies.
No,
that ain't great.
Even though he's been there 7 years, we haven't had a team ready to challenge for 7 years. Hello.
You saying hello?
Oh, acting shy. It's a beer in your dad. I know you ain't shy.
Nah, ain't here for the boys there, right?
Nah, bro, I'm gonna top that up now, yeah.
All right, man. Be blessed. All right.
Sunday, brother. We'll talk before then, though.
Always.
Bless you, bro. Fabinho, I'm gonna be honest. Without Taburi even saying this, me, Matt, and Drift have been saying for a couple of weeks we've got to have an uncomfortable conversation about Flacco. I don't want to have the conversation because I love Flacco, but we've got to have the conversation because we love Flacco. He's not been doing what he's meant to be doing recently. He's looked leggy, he's looked slow. And again, athleticism was never his thing. But his reading of the game, his breaking up play, his tackling was always brilliant. This season, I saw Eze skip past him. Easily skip past him. I've seen other people easily skip past him. I've seen countless times where I'm like, Flacco, what's going on here? I don't know if he needs a rest. I don't know if he needs some proper competition. That's no disrespect to Henderson, but Henderson's doing 6 and 8. I don't know if we need another 6 to come in and say, look, you have 2 bad games. I'm the guy to come in. But something needs to be done, because to see Flacco like this at 28 years old, he's way better than what he's showing. Way better. So I'm hoping things change. And look, in regards to Klopp in the formation, I'm going to be real. Yeah, we got to look at the fact that he didn't change the formation for such a long time. We change it and look and know the opposition was Rangers. But I'm looking at it from an attitude standpoint and all that stuff. So much different. I just want to throw up a comment here from Black Hammer. It says, big up to Cal for the work doing with the ACRT charity. I don't usually speak about my work outside of Kopish, but ACRT is called the African Caribbean Leukemia Trust charity. Something I'm really passionate about. I don't just work for every and anyone. I'm really passionate about this. And basically the crux of the charity is someone called Daniel DeGale was diagnosed with leukemia at the age of 6 years old. And this was back in 1996. And at the time of his diagnosis, he had a 1 in 250,000 chance of finding someone who could save his life. And the reason because of that is because there's not enough Black people, people of mixed race heritage and people of Asian heritage donating blood and sign up to stem cell registers. So look, I'm not going to make the show about this, obviously, but it's something I'm really passionate about. I donate blood on a regular basis. I know some people aren't healthy enough to donate blood, but if there is one thing I can try and encourage people to do, please donate blood. Like, one blood donation from anyone can save up to 3 adult lives or 6 babies. It's a really big thing. Look, I promise you, I don't like needles. I have no tattoos, but donating blood is very, very quick. It's not painful. It feels like a little scratch, and then you donate blood for 5-10 minutes, and then you're out again and get on with the rest of your day. So please, guys, if you get a chance, have a look at the ACRT charity, and please do donate blood or encourage someone to donate blood, because I'm all about saving lives, man, and we only get one life. So please just look into it. Right, let's get the next caller on. Any, can you hear us? Or can you hear me, should I say?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you, bro. How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Not too bad, brother. Not too bad. Liverpool won the other day, innit? I'm all right. I'm living. I'm living.
I'm at peace with whatever happens with Liverpool this season, man. I've just made my mind up. Whatever happens, man. It's in God's hands now still. Yeah, man.
Said I'm at peace.
To the point where I'm not even going to talk about Liverpool where I come on. I know you're a big UFC fan, innit? So I was happy to see
I am.
Yeah, I was happy to see that it was you on today still. I was like, yes, Cal's here. I can chat UFC.
What are you saying?
Yeah, but we got obviously that 280 card coming up. Obviously, the reason why I want to talk about UFC is because there's a lot of exciting fights coming up, starting with the 280 card. And I just wanted to sort of get some of your opinions on some of the fights and maybe some early predictions. But I'll just quickly go through them, say what I think, and then obviously you can chop up after. Yeah. So in 280, we got Peter Yan versus Sean O'Malley.
Yeah.
I think people are writing off Sean. I have Yan as favorite, but people are sort of writing off Sean O'Malley. But what we got to remember is that Yan always, like, he gives up the first round, like he's a slow starter, and it's going to be a 3-round fight as well. So it's not. I don't think it's as like straightforward as everyone thinks it's going to be still, because I can see maybe O'Malley picking up the first round, and then I think the second round is going to be super decisive. Can Peter Yan sort of like make the reads that from the first round and sort of get a roll together on the second and third? Also on that card, I think we got Aljo versus TJ Dillashaw. That's going to be another good fight. Don't really have a prediction for that. I don't really know who's going to win. I feel like it might be similar. I mean, because I kind of see like TJ as a similar fighter to Sandhagen.
Yes.
In terms of footwork, and obviously when Aljo fought Sandhagen, like, he made quick work with him.
Yeah.
He made quick work with him. So maybe I have Aljo as a slight favorite. And then the main card, this is an exciting fight: Oliveira versus Makhachev. Me personally, I love Charles Oliveira, so I want him to win. So when I say I think he's the favorite, I don't know if that's me being biased or do I genuinely believe that. But there's part of me that just thinks Makhachev is a lot of hype, and I feel like we're hyping him because of the fact that he's attached to Khabib. Like, his actual, like, what he's actually done in the game is not a lot. He's beaten Bobby Green or whoever it was, and fucking Dan Hooker. Like, he doesn't really have names on his resume. This would be a big test. This would be a massive test for him still. But me personally, I want Charles Oliveira to win that fight. And then obviously, I know probably running out of time, so just quickly, the card after that, just because this is a massive fight as well, Israel Adesanya versus
that's the one still.
Yeah, this is gonna be a mad fight. But the thing is, people are saying, this guy's beaten Adesanya twice. But if you actually go back and watch those kickboxing fights, which I did the other day,
the first
fight, bro, the first fight, Adesanya won that fight. I don't care. Yeah, he won that fight. And then the second fight, cool, it was a knockout. But if you actually watch that, the ref gave a standing count for Pereira. So it is Adesanya was actually piecing them up. And in an MMA fight, there's no standing counts. The refs are stopping that fight. So me personally, I still see Adesanya as the favorite. I think he's the better fight. He just got caught. That's the only thing. That guy's got Pereira's got a great left hook, so he has to be careful not to get caught. And finally, I know I've been waffling on.
No, God, you good, bro.
Michael Chandler versus Dustin Poirier. That's gonna be a banger of a fight. Probably gonna be like Justin Gaethje and Michael Chandler. I think it's gonna be like a similar fight to that one. Both fighters are gonna come to the center of the octagon, bite down in their mouthpiece, and just swing. So yeah, man, really excited for the UFC cards coming up. Just wanted to get Maybe not. I don't know if you can touch on all of them. Might take up a lot of
No,
time, but maybe
I'll
just to,
touch up. I'll touch.
yeah,
on it.
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
touch
Just I
on
just wanted to get some of your thoughts and feelings on those fights because I'm so excited. I'm even more excited. Like, I'm more excited to watch UFC right now than I am Liverpool still.
it. Yeah, same.
I've been telling people UFC is my primary sport. People still ask me, "Are you into sport?" I'll be like, yeah, UFC. I watch a bit of football sometimes every now and again. But yeah,
Man,
just want to
Eddie,
get
you're a
your
legend, bro. I'm gonna chop that
feelings
up for you now, yeah.
on that. Cool, bro.
All right, bless you, bro.
Yeah, love.
All right. So I'm not going to go too deep into these fights because I'm going to do a preview on Luke Tanner Sports. So that's Luke Tanner who comes on here sometime. He's got a channel, and I got a separate UFC channel as well called The Sanderson Show. So I'm going to quickly go through these. Yan versus O'Malley. I completely agree with any. I think Yan starts slow. Sean picks up the first round. Whoever wins the second round wins the fight, in my opinion. But I think it will go all three. Aljo TJ. I'd love Aljo to win. Fellow Jamaican. I like his style, but also TJ is a cheat. And I personally think he should have been given a lifetime ban, but he wasn't. But I think TJ has got the wrestling to nullify Aljo and the footwork, whereas Sanhagen, although he has the footwork, didn't have the wrestling. Oliveira and Islam Makhachev. This is the one I'm struggling to predict because Charles on paper should win, but Islam is a problem, even though I do think he's been overrated and overhyped. So, but I'm still going to go with Oliveira because I think he's got all the tools. Izzy versus Alex. Again, Izzy's the better fighter, but he cannot coast this fight. He's either got to stop him or he's got to be on full concentration for all 25 minutes because one left hook and he's gone. Alex Pereira's got that sort of power. And Chandler versus Poirier, that fight for me all comes down to Chandler. If Chandler goes out and wrestles, Chandler wins. If he stands there and wants to bang with Poirier, Poirier wins that fight. So, yeah, a little bit of UFC there to mix with the football. And let's get the next caller in.
On Apple TV. It's called C.
Jay Boy.
Oh, shit. Let me pick this call. Hold on.
So, Jay.
Hi.
Gonna...
Yeah, Kai. Yeah.
Jay, do me a favor. Just turn on the TV or whatever you listen to in the background for me, please, bro.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you, bro. How you doing?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm driving. I'm with a friend. I just got
okay.
out of work.
Be safe. Are you all right? Be safe while you're driving, though, please, bro.
Yeah, I'm safe. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah. So, I just want to make a comment regarding tomorrow's match we have with Arsenal on Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay. You see that match? I'll say I'm much confident because if you ask so many Arsenal fans, they are not confident about it. Although they are confident, but they are not like overconfident because they're not really sure if they're going to win us. Yeah, I know Liverpool is not really doing well this season, but hey, come on, when it comes to experience, you never can tell. So the only thing, I'm going left or right. So the only thing we can do, sorry, I'm just driving.
No road rage.
So, so the only thing, if we can try as much as possible to avoid any defensive error, if we can do that, I mean, definitely we'll go further. If we try as much as possible to make sure we don't have any defensive error and make sure they don't concede any goal for us, I mean, we can take it out with Arsenal. Yeah, I'm very confident with that game. I'm very, very confident. You know, and yeah, and I'll prefer the same formation Jurgen Klopp used against Rangers. Flacco, I would have loved Flacco with Thiago, but Flacco's been sloppy lately. Like, I don't know. I feel he's not in form. So I think I would prefer Henderson in terms of true pass because sometimes Henderson always cover up for Trent. So I think that would work. So Jurgen Klopp can go with the 4-4-2 formation, the one he went with against Rangers, and we should try as much as possible not to concede any goal and try and avoid any defensive error. I think we should be fine. I'm very confident when it comes to Arsenal. If I was playing Chelsea, Man U, then I can say, all right, we're not doing good. But Arsenal, man, come on. They don't scare me, man. Trust me.
All right, bro. So, I'm going to chop that up now. I'm going to chop that up. Please drive safe, Flo. Please.
I will, bro.
Yeah, and I appreciate it. Is this your first time on?
No, actually, it's my second time. But I've been with you guys from the football partner shows. Thrifty, Kall-In. Yeah, so more or less like an old school guy. So
Okay. No, I appreciate you, man. Thank you very
I
much,
will.
man.
All right, have a good one, bro.
You too, brother.
Yeah.
First thing I'll say is Jay must have really good Arsenal fans around him, because all the Arsenal fans I'm speaking to, they think they're gonna win. Stop. They think they're gonna win, and they think they're gonna win pretty comfortably. So, Jay, if you've got any Arsenal friends you want to send my way, because the ones I know, they are very, very confident and arrogant. I agree about the defensive mistakes, but I think that comes down to formation. I think if the formation's right, then I don't think we make the defensive mistakes. But if the mistakes happen, then I think we're going to absolutely slaughtered. But I do think if we play a 4-4-2 or 4-2-3-1, I think we get a result. If we play the 4-3-3, I think we get smashed. Another thing, Flacco Henderson right now, after Henderson's last performance, and again, I know it's just Rangers, I think he's got to start this game personally. Genuinely do. But that's just my humble opinion. I know there's a lot of people who don't rate Henderson or like him, but I think based off his last performance, I think he deserves the nod personally. Right. Going to get our next caller in. You may know him from Kop-Ish, or you may also know him from watching and listening to his music. We also know him as having the best Jay-Z impression in the game as well. Man like John II.
Hey, your intros catch me off guard, you know. I'm thinking, who's this? Who's talking about? Then I clock on, I'm like, oh, okay, it's me.
How you doing, my bro?
All good. Where's the rest
Been
of
a
the
while,
guys?
man. It's been a while. I ain't seen you in a while, man. How you been?
Actually, yeah, it's been a while, because I think the last time I was on, I don't think you were.
I've missed a couple.
Okay. Nah, it's been a minute, but obviously back. Nice to see you, obviously. So that's cool. It's calm. Liverpool, basically. You know what? I actually had another point I wanted to talk about, but then now I just want to touch on the whole Fabinho thing, because what Zubiri just touched on was actually interesting.
I saw you in the backstage of the
your
face expression.
Yeah, because you know what it is, because I've been thinking about Fabinho's form even from last season, and I noticed last season he was Fabinho, but he wasn't like as aggressive. He wasn't like the quote unquote the destroyer, if that made sense. And it got me thinking. I was thinking, and this was actually the season before I was actually thinking about it. Just in terms of like obviously upping our squad depth in that 6, I was thinking like of any other like defensive midfielders that we could have gone for. And one of the names that I was thinking of was actually Højbjerg before he went to Spurs.
Before we went to Spurs, okay.
Yeah, because I was actually a really, really good. I was an admirer of Højbjerg when he was at Southampton. I thought, you know what, like he seems like a Klopp player in the sense where if he was in the system of Klopp, he would work perfectly, because he's a workhorse. Like you just see, he's an absolute destroyer. Even when we played against Spurs a couple of times, I can see the benefits that Spurs are getting from playing him. So my question is, if there's any other ideal DM that you would like to obviously replace Fabinho, because I truly do think that it's kind of just coming to the end of his tenure. Because again, this is another point I wanted to raise as well. Is I feel like a lot of the players that we have in our first team are now kind of past their peak. But not past their peak in terms of their football ability, but I think in the system of Klopp, because Klopp's system, it asks a lot of a player.
Yes.
And I do not think that a player above the ages of 28 can cope with the intensity of Klopp's system. Hence why we kind of need like a new fresh blood. I mean, Caicedo was one of the names that was rang a bell during the last few weeks of the transfer window. So I think he's probably within a shout to kind of bring in. That's if we actually have any money. But that's another thing.
God, I don't know.
You know what I mean? The only
people who know if we've got any money is God, Jamrock, and FSG, bro.
All we have is prayers right now.
Facts.
That's all we have is prayers. So that's all I have. That's all I kind of have. Other than promo for new music. So
New music, bro. Where's the link? Send the link, bro.
you know, I was actually meant to send the link before I jumped on the chat, but I thought I'd just like, you know what I mean, just
Do me a favor. Put the link in the chat or DM me the link and I'll throw up on there as well.
okay, cool. All right, I'll send you the link through is it Instagram or
Insta's probably better. Either Insta or Twitter.
Okay, cool. That's calm. Yeah, so new music on my YouTube page, new song, Tale of the L's, new project as well that just dropped, new tape as well. So yeah, follow me on all socials. Yeah, it's hot. New video dropping next week as well, and the week after. I'm loaded.
So I like to hear that work rate.
That's it, man. That's it. I'm trying to be like you lot, because every week you lot are just like do. I'm having to keep up like every video. So yeah. But now, as I say, much love for having me on the show.
Nah, bless you, bro.
Roll on Sunday. It's gonna be a deadly one.
It's either gonna go very well or very bad.
No, I think we all know where it's gonna go. It's just whether it goes really, if the punishment's really gonna be like, you know what I mean. But everyone, just pray in it. Just pray.
Oh, we are.
Pray before kickoff.
Yeah,
and pray we actually wear the green kit, because from what I know, we haven't won at Arsenal wearing the white kit. If I remember correctly, I don't think we've won.
No, we might not have actually.
We've only won where we've won the green kit and the yellow one.
Oh, yellow, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, fingers crossed it's the green kit, but
hopefully. Yeah. So, brother.
Anyways,
I'm gonna chop that for you now. Always a pleasure, bro.
Nice one.
Yeah, take care, bro. Right. Defensive midfielders. So I don't think he necessarily plays defensive midfield, but I think he can.
Yeah.
And the player I'm going for is Manu Kone. I think he's excellent. You know what, MZ? I didn't want to say it because I don't think it's realistic. You see Declan Rice, I rate him so highly, and I'm not just jumping on the bandwagon now. Anyone who knows I've rated him for a while. I really do like Declan Rice, but I see him staying in London. I see him going to Chelsea, and I don't think we'd pay that sort of money, even though he's going into the last year of his contract at the end of this season. Declan would be fantastic. Kone, for me, is the guy, though. He reminds me of a young Basuma, but probably better with his feet at that age as well. Like, he's quality. So Kone, for me, is the one I'd go for. And I know he's not a quote-unquote just a number 6.
Yeah.
But I think he's someone who could play the 6 for us and do a really good job. So for me, it'd be Kone. So yeah, big up John II. Make sure you check out his channel. And once he sends the link over, I'll make sure to get that up in the channel as well. Right. One of the funniest characters we get on the Kall-In shows. You'll know him as what book? The one and only Bruno the Cruz. Bruno, can you hear me, bro?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly fine.
How you doing?
First of all, that game against Brighton, because we need to talk about it.
Yeah.
What in the name of horse poo was that game?
It's terrible.
Seriously. You're 3-2 up, and instead of holding possession, you allow Brighton to build momentum to then concede. Oh, and I said we needed to change formation the next game. He does. At last, hallelujah. But he changes it to a formation that I did tell you a few videos back. We cannot play that system unless we have 8 attackers. I saw the bench on the SofaScore app that I use, right?
Yeah.
And we only had 1 attacker on the bench.
Yeah.
1 attacker. So it worked, but the formation, it needs, unless he's going to buy players in January, I'm a little bit concerned. So it's good that he's changed the formation, right? Also, another thing, Arsenal fans, I've been seeing a lot of videos where the Arsenal fans have been getting very cocky. Very cocky, and I'm looking at you, Lee Gunner. He's been getting very cocky, saying, oh, Arsenal's going to batter us, Arsenal's going to do this, Arsenal's going to do that. And let me just remind them that anything can happen. It's very easy to get so cocky and arrogant and say, "Oh, we're gonna win." Yeah, at the moment we're in bad form. But just remember this: Arsenal, they could end up having a bad game. It could happen at any moment. That little good period that they're having, that could go out like a flash, right? And also, you know how I saw the bit where you did the top 5 singers and top 3.
Yeah.
How about I'll make it a little bit easier for you? Top 10 singers, and then top 10 genres of music, if you can.
Top 5 or top 10?
Top 10 genres of music, and then top 10 singers, and then your top 10 songs, right? And ask the Drifty and Matt when they come on to do theirs as well.
I got you. Bruno?
We need to stop.
Go on, sorry, bro. Go for it.
Last bit. When we play against Arsenal, we need to control the ball. And also, when we're in their opposition's box in their penalty area, stop trying to score the perfect goal. Right? It's getting boring now. It's getting repetitive. Edge of the box, slap it in the top corner.
Bruno, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. I'm going to hit these questions up for you now, yeah?
Thank you very much.
No, thank you as always, bro.
You're welcome.
Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye.
See ya, bro.
See ya.
Bruno is an absolute legend. Do you know what? As much as we laugh and joke with Bruno, a lot of the stuff he says is actually facts. He's right. We have to go to Arsenal. We have to be brave and control the ball, or else they will put us to the sword. And plus, yeah, I'm an advocate of it as well. The perfect goal doesn't exist sometimes. Sometimes a shot, whether it can take a deflection and go in, it could go in the top corner, as he said, or it could fall to someone else from a goalkeeper save. I'm with Bruno, to be fair. I'm with Bruno. Right, top 10 singers. I don't know if I get through top 10 of all of these. Top 10 singers, in no order. My personal, Mary J. Blige, Lauryn Hill, Beres Hammond, KC from Jodeci. His name evades me, but the main lead singer at Boyz II Men. Who else have I got? Top 10. Maxwell. Tank. Who else have I got in the top 10? I'm a James Brown guy, so I'm gonna go James Brown in my top 10 as well. Michael Jackson. Who else have I got? Whitney Houston. D'Angelo was close as well. D'Angelo is very close. Top 10 genres. Oh, so for me, rap, R&B, reggae, dancehall. Then I'll go with neo soul, jazz. Oh, that might be my 6, you know, guys. I'm trying to think what else. I'll say funky house. I'm not really a funky house. I'll go grime. I'm not a drill fan. What am I on? 8 now. I'm not gonna lie, Bruno. You really put me to the sword with this one. I'll go pop in there as well. Have I missed anything? I'm not a big soca fan. I'm gonna leave it at 9 because I think slow jams are soul. I'll go soul then. Big up mix. I'll go soul. And top 10 songs. Where do I start? My favorite song of all time is actually Rock With You by Michael Jackson. I Know by Jay-Z in my top 10. What else have I got in my top 10? If the Cap Fits, Bob Marley. Smile Jamaica Chronics. Jason Weaver. What's the name of his song again? Love Ambition. Jason Weaver, Love Ambition. Other songs in my top 10. Super Bad James Brown. You're killing me here, Bruno. Don't Stop Till You Get Enough, Michael Jackson. Prince, Purple Rain. What else have I got? Sky's the Limit, Biggie. One more. I need to think of one more. Crunk King said Vibes Cartel Bicycle. I'm gonna go for my 10th. I'm probably gonna go a reggae song. I'm gonna go Lloyd. I think it's Lloyd Brown. What's the name of the title now? Main Squeeze. Lloyd Brown, Main Squeeze. Those are my 10. Bruno, you did not make that easy for me, but that's my top 10. That's my top 10. Right, next caller. The son, or should I say his son, says move like water. Man, like Chris Angel in the building. Oh, the fresh jersey as well.
Yeah, I wore like 2 weeks ago and shit like that. But
I wasn't feeling well last.
Hey man,
Fridays, yeah, I was ill.
I don't know if you saw the video last week. I was gonna go rescue you and shit. I had the tattoo and everything, bro.
Yeah, a couple people are a bit scared of if I left Kopish or anything. No, still there.
Nah, bro.
Fortunately for some unfortunate brothers,
it was kind of suspicious because like for the past 2 weeks, Drift was like in the dark. Like his house was in the dark. I'm like, and I kept hearing like weird noises in the background. I'm like, yo, they got cow in the basement type shit. Bro. I'm about to go rescue you and shit. But what's good? You good, bro?
Yeah, I'm better now. Yeah, I wasn't too well the last couple of weeks, but I'm better now, thankfully. So
yeah, I don't know what's going on. Like my son, my youngest is sick and shit. I had to pick him up yesterday from school and stuff, like 100-degree like fever and shit like that. So, yeah, so
that's high.
Yeah, that's high, man. So I had to get there right away. But anyway, I want to touch on. I'm not really gonna ask questions and stuff like that.
Go for it, bro.
I'm just gonna like storytelling or whatever. So I don't know if you know, like I had an interview with LA Galaxy or whatever. All right, cool. So so I made it to like it was like
last 7, right?
Yeah, no, I was ranked 7 out of 10 type thing. So I get so from Monday it was like a trial each day. Oh, what the hell? Oh, there was a trial each day. And like it was kind of like it was like the first time I've experienced like a weird type of interview. Like every day they kind of knock out a candidate based on like the activities they made us do type thing. So I lasted till Thursday, which was actually the last day or whatever. And then it came like the interview process. So I actually met the technical director and the head physio and stuff like that. The head like physician and stuff like that. But I kind of like so. Every day I wasn't really dragging my feet, but I really have a lot of hope and stuff like that because like I explained the last week, like these people that I'm going up against are like people with legit experience and they've been in the soccer world like all their lives, and me, I haven't really been there or whatever. So so I go on an interview and stuff like that, and they talk about, so they asked me a question in regards to like the best way to what is your like if you had a case in regards to like repairing damaged tissue, what would you do? Like what suggestion or therapies you would go? So I was so focused that I butchered the name, and I said instead of saying hyperbaric therapy, I said hyperbolic time chamber. Some Dragon Ball Z. and the two of them looked at me, and I'm like, and I'm smiling like, yeah. I know what like, you know what I mean? You like, cause I'm good with the books and shit. So I'm like, you can't and shit. And the guy's like, hyperbolic time chamber, bro. Like the interview was ruined, bro. Like I lost all composure. I started talking ghetto because the interview you got to be all white and shit like that. You know what I mean? But like, oh, it was bad, bro. But they liked I was like the youngest one out of like the group and stuff like that. So we'll find out. next week and stuff if I made it or not. But I think I butchered the interview type thing or whatever. But
You know, you never know, bro. Look, I'm going to speak from experience. Like, I've been in interviews where I thought I smashed it, didn't get the job, and I've been in others where I was like, should have done a lot better, and I did get the job.
all right.
Being in the position I'm in now, like at the time, I was heartbroken I didn't get some of those jobs. But being in the position I'm in now, I literally, any bad thing that happens to me now, I try and look at it and see if there's a positive or a lesson I can learn out of it, and try and apply it to something else. And bro, the fact that you got this far is mad, especially if you're the youngest. Like, you got to look at your senior.
Not young because I'm an old head, but I mean like youngest in regards to the experience of like,
Yeah.
like in the sports world, I'm a novice. Like I've never dealt with professional athletes or whatever like that in that basis and stuff like that. So yeah, it was an experience, man. Like being around the state of the art facilities, like it was like eye opener. Maybe something that I want to say I'm old, but something maybe I'm opening to like pursue more type thing. So we'll see how it goes, man. You know what I mean? So, and it's I know last week I was gonna talk about my son real quick, because he got suspended last week. I don't know if you heard or whatever, right? So, so I think a week or 2 weeks. You wasn't here, Kyle, so I don't know if you like watched the videos, but I mentioned that my son has a thing for a little girl in school, like a little.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Man, he's 9 and shit, talking about he's in love and stuff. But he's like, it's a little Middle Eastern girl, right, or whatever. So, and he's been like since the week he's been a little bit rebellious and stuff like that since he's been into this girl or whatever. And his mom doesn't like, she doesn't like the fact that he's being a little bit rebellious.
Yeah.
So I'm like, the kid's in love, let it be, whatever. So, last week or whatever, I get called. I was in LA, so I couldn't come pick him up, but my wife picked him up and stuff like that. And I get home and like my son's punished me, like he can't go to soccer practice or nothing, bro. And I'm like, nah, he had to go. I paid for him to go. Like,
Yeah.
Like I make good money and stuff like that. Like doesn't mean we gonna throw the money away for him not to go to soccer practice. Like you know what I mean? Like take his devices or whatever. If you want to beat him. Like I mean, but we're not wasting money in the house type thing. You know what I mean? All right, so we had a meeting on Monday and stuff like that, and I had to go because my wife had to work or whatever. So I had to go, and they want to extend his suspension to like a month, right? And I'm like, what the? At that point, like I'm like, what the hell? What did he do? Because I didn't really get all the details and stuff. Because like my wife was upset, so she really wasn't really explaining. She was more like cursing out in the world and shit. You know what I mean? Whatever. So I sat there, and apparently, my son hit a girl or whatever, right? Right, and I'm like, you got cameras in the because it happened in the cafeteria. So I'm like, you got cameras in the cafeteria. I need to see it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I know he's been rebellious the week, but I've never taught my kids to like be agitators and shit like that. You know what I mean? If it happened for a reason. You know what I mean? Like it happened for a reason type shit. And my wife always kind of said it to them, like, if you get hit by a girl, it doesn't matter. She grew the cojones to hit you. You hit her back. Yeah. She gotta know her place type shit, right? But anyway, let me finish this up real quick, right? So we look at the video, and there's this a girl picking on the girl that he likes, and like she threw like milk at her type thing.
Oh wow.
And I think she's Muslim. I don't want to butcher it or be disrespectful, but she's wearing like the scarf over her hair. I don't know what Oh, that's what it's called. All right, so she's wearing that, and the girl pulls it and takes it off, and my son pushes her and pushes the girl that did it. But then, what he did, he gave the girl that he likes a hug to kind of like cover her type thing. I don't know, I don't know what that means. Like I don't know. Like my son was saying that he was trying to protect her because her hair was out and people. Yeah. So I didn't know that. I'm like, okay, like I'm oblivious to that stuff and stuff like that. So. And then the parent of the girl that he likes was there, and they saw it, and like they started tearing, like damn, like your son did a great act for us. Like he kind of like respected like her honor type thing. I didn't understand it because I'm like I don't want like, whatever. So for the past week, we haven't had to cook because they come with food like treating my son like some type of king or whatever. And I'm like, okay, well, no cooking and stuff, like you know what I mean, and. It's just like as a parent, I know you're a parent yourself, and other parents in the chat and stuff like that. And like I know it gets tough for us, and we don't know if we're doing the right thing raising our kids and stuff like that. But like this kind of like it touched me in a way. Like I started tearing.
Yeah,
Seeing my
shit.
son, like, you know what, I'm doing okay. Like, you know what I mean? Like as a
Yeah.
parent, like that. So that's all I kind of wanted to say. It's like I know, like,
Wow.
if he wanted to like know what happened and stuff. So, you know, if he sees it, that's what happened, type thing.
I let him know, bruv. That's big, man. That's
Yeah,
big.
I
It goes
don't
to
know.
show you're doing a great job. You and your missus are doing a good job, man.
Yeah, I don't know about the culture. So for him to like actually know, you know, what I mean, that's good. You know, what I mean, to be willing to invest in other people's culture, type thing. You know?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, big up, man, and
big up to you as always.
Yeah, hopefully we win on Sunday and stuff like that. But I predict a draw, in my opinion, and stuff like that.
I'll take a draw.
Yeah, as long as we stay with the same formation on the 4-4-2, and we just stick with it. Like we got to grind it out, man. So
Yeah.
you know what I mean. But let me get out of here and stuff. I know it took a lot of time, but
No, you're all right,
everybody, bro.
Bless you, bro.
All right, man.
Cool. Oh, it just goes to show when good deeds happen, good things happen as well. So big up to him, big up to his son, and big up to his missus doing a great job raising a good young man there. All right, let's get the next caller in. It's the Bayesian Bars. I'm starting to think you got more football kits than me these days.
No, man, I can't touch your collection at all, bro.
How you doing,
you probably
sir?
got a whole wardrobe with that stuff, man.
Yeah, it's getting there.
No, I don't know if the missus will like that if I have a whole wardrobe full of kits. So
Oh, it's a contentious subject. It's a contentious subject.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Where's the crew today? Have you running solo? What happened?
No, so Drift should be in here soon. Matt is going to try and jump in. Matt's going to try and jump in.
Okay. So we finally got a formation change, huh? After begging for it for how long?
Yes.
It didn't look bad. It actually was decent. But I agree with you, Cal. I don't think we should. I think it should be the exact same lineup that we put out against the Rangers should go out against Arsenal.
Okay.
And have Bobby come off the bench. The reason why I'm saying that, I think if you have Bobby starts the game, Gabriel and those guys, and you guys mentioned it in the preview show when you were on with Peppa and Laurie, the Gabriel would be able to lay off, but Nunes would keep those guys a lot more busy with his runs. And his runs actually looked really, really good against the Rangers. He just was unfortunate that he didn't score. Plus, that goalie was making some worldies that day. We should have beat them comfortably. What is it with the goalies that standing on their head against us every game?
Even the Ajax, remember the Ajax goalkeeper when he
Exactly.
played against us? And then look, goes in ship 6 against Napoli.
I know. And then he had a worldie of a game against us. I mean, it doesn't make sense. It's actually crazy. But yeah, 4-2-3-1 or 4-4-2 this weekend. I'm saying we're gonna get a draw. It's gonna be a tough game. However, I do think if we score first, it will put that added pressure on Arsenal that they may try to push harder, and then we can do what we do and hit them on a counter and put another one in them. That's gonna be the important part. But we have to be disciplined defensively and work together as a team. It can't be a one-man show. Trent has to be on point, not only going forward, but you've said it many, many times. He seems to become uninterested in playing defense. And then that whole right side is completely open. And that's where they attack us, right? We don't ever get the attacks from the left. It's always coming from the right, from Trent's side, because it's completely open, because he doesn't want to go back. He walks back instead of running.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let's see what happens. I'm saying 2-2 draw, but it could be a 2-1 Liverpool win. I don't think it's going to be a clean sheet, to be honest with you. And then we go from there. But have you seen any of the clips from the devastation in Florida?
With the hurricane, the floods. Bro, I saw a picture of someone's garden, and I kid you not, the water was up to like 3/4 of the door. It was like French doors, so like you could see that it was all glass doors. Sorry.
Yeah.
And bro, that's mad.
You know what's crazy? Someone sent me a video of Tampa Bay. So Tampa Bay is like a little bay that goes into the city. There was no water in the bay. the water drained out to the ocean and went to the hurricane. That's what happened. And the next day, the water came right back in. It was just a seafloor, literally no water in Tampa Bay. None. It was bizarre.
That's actually crazy.
I love the flooding going to Thailand and stuff. It's
scary. Scary times.
Trinidad just had a whole bunch. I mean, Jabal will probably talk about that. They just had a whole set of water and flash floods and so forth down there in itself. So yeah, it's we just got to be safe and keep our family safe. I mean, it's weird stuff going on. But yeah, I'm gonna hope that Liverpool wins on Sunday, but I'm calling for a draw. Tell the guys I give them a shout. Big up to you, man.
Big up to you, bro.
People smash a like for this. These guys work hard every single day, and they got their own personal lives to deal with. And Cal's got 2 kids there that I know they keep him very, very busy.
Yeah.
So, but I agree with you, Cal, from the very beginning. You man them that come into this channel, be respectful. No disrespect to guys. Because if you wouldn't tell a guy something to his face, don't say it in the chat. Don't hide behind a keyboard.
Facts.
But be respectful.
Thank you, bro.
We're all human beings. Let's be bigger people and let's move on and just show more love and not hate in this world. That's what we need.
Thank you. Perfectly said, Bejan Barnes. Bless you, bro. Man. Take care, man.
Bless.
So, I got to be honest. Before Bejan Barnes just came on and said what he said, in a minute, I would have started Bobby in a 10 and Jota as a 9. However, I think he's got a point. I think even if Nunes wasn't to score, I think Nunes runs their backline ragged. Now, obviously, we've not bought him to just run a backline ragged. He's not Timo Werner. We've not bought him to be Timo Werner. But I tell you what, it makes sense because a fresh Bobby could come off the bench and do an absolute madness. Whereas if we'll go down and we try and bring Nunes on, we're going to be spamming crosses into the box and all that stuff. And I think it'll be quite easy for Arsenal to defend that and use the dark arts by defenders falling over and getting nudges and just falling to the ground and winning free kicks. I think Bejan Barnes is actually onto something there by actually starting Nunes and Jota. In terms of how we keep the ball in midfield, that would be difficult. We'd have to get the ball to the attackers really quickly and hope that they keep it there for a long time. But I think I'm with Bejan Barnes. I think he's won me over. I would start Nunes. I really would. I big up Bejan Barnes, especially what he said towards the end of his stream as well, in terms of being human beings and backing and sticking up for each other. It's more than necessary. So let's keep that going. Right. Next person coming on. It's been a little while. I usually see him in my UFC streams, but he also comes on here and he spits some stuff that some of you like, some of you dislike. It's Cal's Nettle Army. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing all right, man. How are you doing, Cal, man? I haven't spoken to you in about a month, man. Hope you're doing well.
Bro, it's been a while. I think the last time we spoke might have been just after the last UFC or the UFC, maybe.
Maybe.
And I know I was out for a couple of weeks, so maybe that factors into it. But, man, how you been, bro?
Oh, well, I've been all right, man. I've taken a little bit of a break as well. University starting, so I've been grinding and all of that, having a bit of fun, having a bit of revision session. So, yeah, I've just been chilling as well. My guy Drifty jumping as well. Big up to you, Drifty. How you doing, bro?
Welcome, B. You good, man?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Liverpool won against Rangers, so I'm kind of happy that I'm coming in a bit of a happy mood. But it goes back to the same things I've been saying in the summer transfer window, guys, that I'm kind of worried about how Liverpool are going to be in the future. I understand when Liverpool fans talk about FSG, I hear it, but I've always been the same person that's always said you have to also look at Klopp as well. And listen, I understand that Klopp in, Klopp out talk is just... It's very, very early to say that. I can understand that. But the one thing that you can understand is that I am a person that's going to be talking a lot more about Klopp than on FSG. Mainly because I expect more from Klopp than I expect from FSG. Because whether we like it or not, FSG are not they're not Liverpool fans. They're not football people. So I'm not going to expect too much from them. But from Klopp, he's a manager. He's a footballing person. I expect a lot from him. And when I was going through a bit of what's it called? I was going through a little bit of research on Klopp's time. I was looking back on it, and I was actually shocked what I looked about. Do you know, guys, that Klopp has never sold a midfielder that has since he's been at Liverpool? Do you know that, right? You know, since he's been at Liverpool, the only no, sorry, my bad. I'll take that back. Gruitch, but he never played him in the Premier League. That's the issue. So it goes both ways. What I mean by that is I don't think Klopp has ever sold a midfielder in the Premier League that he has played consistently. I think the only midfielders that have left him were on frees like Lucas Leiva, Emery Chan, what's that guy's name again? Gini Wijnaldum and all of that. And it really put things in perspective to me that Klopp's sentimentality is even a bigger issue than we thought but whether people want to hear it or not, if Gini Wijnaldum and Mane had stayed at Liverpool, we would probably have the same amount of teams because if Gini Wijnaldum would have stayed at Liverpool, I don't think Thiago would have came. And if Mane wanted to stay at Liverpool, I don't think Diaz would have came. I don't know about Darwin Núñez. I'm being serious. Maybe Darwin Núñez was always a target. Maybe Luis Diaz was always a target. But my issue is if these players would have never came in, would they have come in? And that's the one thing that me and Kal have been talking about. And I think Kal is on my wavelength now when I say we can sit here and talk about signing players and whatever, but I don't think anybody puts the impetus on selling players at the same time. Because the one thing I've always said, and I'll always defend my opinions on this is, we can sit here and say, let's sign this player, let's sign that player. But if you're not willing to move players out, what are we going to do? We're going to have a team of 50, 60 players because that's unsustainable. Manchester City have the best squad in the Premier League, but if we're talking about squad numbers, Liverpool have a bigger squad than Man City. If we're talking about just on general, we have more defenders, more midfielders, and more attackers. And the funniest thing is we have more, what's that word called? Is it senior players? We have more senior players than Man City. It's not even youngsters. The issue is that we just don't have players that are good enough to be in rotation and that are injury prone, not up to the level. And Man City have 17, maybe 16, 18 players that are, versatile, and they are, what's the other word again, Kal, if I'm not mistaken? Is it
robust?
Robust, yeah, that's the one, robust. So all I can hope is Klopp, please change your sentiments and all of that. And obviously, listen, to the people that come after Drifty and all of this and that, listen, Drifty, he will always go after FSG because he believes FSG are the root causes. And I've never, ever came after him because I understand where he comes from. I respect his opinion just like I respect everybody else's opinions. I don't agree with it, but the one thing I am going to say is, Drifty, that is, I think you have to start giving a little bit more blame on Klopp, because the one thing that we can sit here and say categorically is that me and you will always have differing opinions in the transfer market. But the one thing that I can say is that the transfer market is a place for differing opinions, because if you want to believe it's FSG, if I want to believe it's Klopp, there's no right or wrong answer until either Klopp or FSG leave. We will not have that answer. But the one thing that is not circumstantial, the one thing that is not, the one thing that we cannot guarantee is a fact, is style of play and results on the pitch. That is on Klopp. That is one thing we can agree on. The style of play that we see, the tactics, the training methods, and the results on the football pitch, that is on Klopp. And I'm begging you, Klopp, please don't go 4-3-3 against Arsenal. Please do not go. If you go 4-3-3 against Arsenal, we are finished, because we will not be able to attack them. And the worst thing is we won't be able to defend as well. So, yeah, that's all I got to say. Big up to you, man. Big up to Matt as well. I'll be watching you, man. And everybody like and subscribe. And big up to these guys, man. That's all I got to say.
Big up, bro. Big up.
Bless you. Yeah, only 200 likes, guys. Hit that like. And big up to everyone showing love as well in the chat, man. It's Friday. Genie was here when we signed Thiago. I didn't want to cut Neto when he was talking, but we did sign Thiago while Genie was still here.
I think that, I hate to say it, but I think the plan was always to get Thiago and not keep Genie, though. In the same way it was to buy Diaz and not keep Mane.
Possibly. Possibly. I think they knew Mane was going from Christmas time, and that was why we fast forwarded the Diaz.
Apparently, it was before that. Apparently, Mane asked to leave before that. It wasn't just Christmas time. Apparently, it was the summer. Don't quote me on this, but it might have been either the summer before the season started or the summer before Mane wanted to leave and tried something new. So I think
that's upsetting, but you know, I mean, at that time he would have cost a lot more. Like when he had 2 or 3 years left on his deal, we would have been looking for at least 80 million. You crazy? That's Mane. Do you know what I mean? 3 years. If it was the summer before when you had 3 years left, you'd have had to pay 80 mil to get Mane, bro.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like easy 80 mil to get Mane with 3 years left on his contract. So maybe it just ended up being easier in that way. Then I guess
I'm not gonna lie, it makes me love Mane more because if he did want to leave when he actually wanted to leave, and he still gave us extra time, and we never saw a drop off in effort. I know people jumped and be like, his form dipped and all that. It did. His form did dip for a considerable amount of time. You see the attitude and the effort. No one can tell me anything about Mane's effort and endeavor. And if he gave us the extra time, knowing that he wanted to leave, I've seen a lot of players down tool. So
funny thing is, who was it who was telling me? It was the other day. Someone was telling me that they think that he was seeing a psychologist or a therapist or something like that because he couldn't figure out why he wasn't playing well.
He said it. He said it himself.
Oh, was it him who said it? And then that's why when he changed position, his form picked up because it was like the click was that he wasn't doing that same repetitive thing. And it was like something new, like gave him that spark back. And that was why he started playing well again. So maybe that's why he wanted the move. Maybe he felt like being at Liverpool was why he was playing bad because he'd been here so long. He was just doing the same thing and it was affecting him. I don't know. I don't know. Like sometimes that can happen, innit? I saw him score that goal the other day for Bayern Munich. I was just like, man, I wish.
Phenomenal goal for us, phenomenal.
I really wish. I just remember him doing stuff like that on a regular basis. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
what I will say in regards to Kall's Neto Army, I do agree with some of what he says. FSG still, for me, I only blame Klopp for the summer just gone. Kind of everything else, I kind of do blame FSG. But if I'm going to be honest, we will never really know unless Klopp comes out and says, or when Klopp leaves, we see what happens with the next manager. We genuinely will never know. Those are the only two ways. True. And look, I don't want Klopp leaving anytime soon. I think that's the only way we find out, though.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
Big up Kall's Neto Army. You're going to get the next caller in.
Unless Pep writes another book.
No comment. Keith, can you hear us, bro?
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you, bro. How you doing, bro?
Thank you very much, man. How you guys doing, man? I'm excited to be here.
No need to thank us. Thank you, bro. You're taking time out to be on here. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, man. So I'm gonna get straight into it. I want to ask you guys this question. So, Kall, do you remember that our Liverpool lineup, Liverpool versus Chelsea, 2013-14?
2013-14.
Yeah, you remember our lineup against Chelsea on that day?
Are you asking me to name the lineup or?
No, I'm saying if you remember it because that involves my question.
All right. So is Mignolet in goal, left back Flanagan, right back Johnson, Sacco and Skirtle centre back, I believe.
Yes. Yeah.
Midfield was Lucas because Hendo was suspended. So it's Gerrard, Lucas, and Coutinho.
Sterling.
Yeah, Coutinho. And then it was Suarez. Sturridge didn't start the game. He came on at half time.
Yeah.
I can't remember who the 11th man was then. Or have I named all of them?
Yeah, you named all of them. That's what I was asking if you knew it. So, because that was part of the question.
That's some Rain Man shit, bro.
Yeah. So, my question is, so you know how that game went. I think it was Demba Ba scored in the 30th minute, didn't he, Kall?
No, it was the 46th minute, I believe it was. It was just before half time. Just before half time, Gerrard slipped and Demba Ba went through.
Okay. So we all know how that game panned out, right?
Yeah.
So I want to say Brendan Rodgers looks on the bench. There's 17-18 Salah, 17-18 Firmino, 19-20 Mane. Who you guys bringing on to win us that game.
Ooh.
You understand?
Hold on. All right, say that again. 17,
So,
18
17,
Firmino.
18, yeah, 17, 18 Salah, 19, 20 Mane. We're losing 1-0. Denver Boss scores. We have 45 minutes to salvage our Premier League. All right? Now, this a lot of people might laugh at me for this, but not laugh at me, sorry, but it's quite the not the obvious choice. But I actually would have chose Firmino for this game. The reason why I would have chose Firmino is because I know Carl, you were saying that the width was a problem. Not for me, really, because we had Sterling and Coutinho was all right there. But I think we needed Bobby for that game because I just feel like Bobby in that tight space against that low block and he's unpredictable. Like, I don't know, but I just feel like Bobby would have done the madness of the bench, in my opinion. But I understand people went Salah or Mane. So, yeah, I'm just saying in it. I don't know what you guys would think for that. But
That's
I just
a
think
hard question, man.
Do you know what? I just
Yeah.
really, I thought it was 2012-13 season against Chelsea, but you mean
No, no.
13-14 against
13
Chelsea?
when Gerrard did the slip.
Oh yeah, I could have
So-
named that team. Yeah, okay. I thought you said 2012-13. I was thinking,
No,
I don't even remember what even happened in that season.
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
Brendan's first year, right? And we
Ye-
bought Coutinho and Sturridge in
Yeah.
January that year, right? Yeah, I was thinking, I
we
don't
did-
even remember anything about that year. I could tell you about the slip year though.
We
Yeah,
drew.
Yeah,
I tell you what
yeah.
happened. I tell you what happened in 2012-13. We drew 2-2 with Chelsea, and Suarez bit Ivanovic.
Oh yeah, and then that
Yeah,
was when
yeah.
he got a ban at the end of that year, and then
Yeah.
it went on to the following season.
Sturridge again. Sturridge came on half time in that game, scored a goal. Downing brought the ball down. Suarez crossed it in, and then for the second goal, I think Sturridge crossed it in, and Suarez got the equalising goal in the dying minutes.
Yeah.
I
So, yeah.
understand what you're talking about with the Bobby thing,
Mhm.
but I would have gone with Mane for the clutchness and 19-20 Mane. That Mane that was still beating guys for fun and doing all that and packing it in top corners and all that. Yeah, Mane. Don't get me wrong, that 17-18 Salah was something else. But like that 19-20 Mane, I think would have had that more of that clutchness of like to come on and like change that game. But
But bro,
I don't think anyone you pick would be bad though, to be honest.
But bro, if you think about it, Salah was almost clutch every single game for us that year, though. But I understand why you choose Mane though, because Mane was just I don't know what he was doing that
Do
year.
you know
He
what
just
it
had-
is? And this is no shade on Salah at all, but I've seen Mane play in different formations to know he can adapt. I'm still thinking, what would Salah be like if he wasn't playing the way we played that season? Because I think the way we played really helped him to be able to be so sensational. So I'm thinking if he was playing in a Brendan system, would he have been able to be that fluid? I don't know. I'm not saying he couldn't. I'm just saying at least I've seen proof of Mane doing it. I don't know.
I mean, you could go back to his Roma days and Basel days, but
he was in the number 10 at Roma though, right? He wasn't
Yeah.
playing on the wing. He was in the.
Yeah. So is there if I can give you the my next two, Carlos?
Yeah, go for it. Be quick though, bro. So I wasn't laughing. I was laughing at someone in the comments asking if I remember what happened at the end of the 1947 season. Absolutely not.
And then remember that game. You remember Demba Ba's goal, right? Unfortunately, yes. Carl, you might guys think I'm crazy, but I think Alisson sees that, that 1v1.
Crazy. Alisson does save it. It was straight at him.
Yeah, you see, bro. Yeah, it was straight out, but I don't blame him because it was a one-on-one. But I think Alisson gobbles that up,
Yeah,
easy.
he does. It was straight at him.
Yeah.
It went under his leg. Alisson 100% saves that.
I never ever wanted to blame Mignolet for that goal, but he was definitely terrible. He could have done better.
Yeah. So that was my question, guys. And listen, thank you very much for answering my questions, bro. I know I put you guys in a sticky one there, but yeah, that's not what you guys answer. Yeah. So yeah, thank you guys. Have a nice night. Yeah, and hopefully I'll be there next week.
Yeah, big up, bro.
Bless, man. See you, man. Yeah. Bye.
Yeah, it's mad, bro. It's mad. Like, I'm not gonna lie. 17-18 Bobby, 17-18 Salah, or 19-20 Mane. It doesn't matter which one you pick, to be honest. They were all sensational. So,
all right. So for me, I'd have gone 19-20 Mane, even though I think. All right. So the reason, here's my caveat for it. That game was a problem because we had no one on the left-hand side who could do anything penetrative. We had Flanagan on that side who couldn't cross the ball or do anything.
Mm.
And I think we had Lucas. Lucas was playing on the left of the three that day, I believe, as well. And we had nothing going down that side.
Mm.
We had Suarez through the middle. Sturridge came in at half time. So Sturridge could have pulled to the right if need be. And I think
Sturridge was injured, didn't it? Coming back from injury.
Yeah, he had a slight knock.
Because remember, Sturridge missed the Chelsea game.
No, Sturridge played in the second half in the Chelsea game.
Did he come on? Because I know he was injured for the beginning of the Chelsea game. Did he come on in the Chelsea game?
He came on in the second half, yeah.
Okay. Oh no, it was the City game that Sturridge missed with the injury, wasn't it? Was it City and Norwich, and then he was back for the Chelsea game?
Yeah.
But then, I remember.
So yeah, I'd go Mane because I don't think we had anyone on the left that day. But I think back to 17-18 Salah as well. I can't wait till we do that clutch video on who'd been the most clutch at Liverpool, because honestly, we've got a
couple people have made some good points in the comments where they've said he was literally Haaland that year, and it's kind of true. Maybe not to the level of like hat trick after hat trick after hat trick, but like you just couldn't stop him. Everybody was scared of him. He was on fire. Every game he went into, he was just lighting it up. And I'll never forget. And this is what upsets me, bro, when I look at Salah now, just running into people and just looking like he doesn't even want to take care of the ball. You see, when we played Roma, do you remember how many times he sent those players to the shops in that game, bro?
Yeah.
It was actually a joke. You know, Salah got scored 2 and had 2 assists in that game.
Yeah.
Salah literally single-handedly destroyed Roma that day.
Yeah.
His old team as well. It's kind of bad, man, still.
Mad. That was the game where he announced himself, in my opinion, to the world and said, yeah, I'm for real. That was the game.
No, I'll say the City game in the Champions League, bro. Do you remember how he batted up City as well, brother?
No, he was quality, but everyone could look at that and be like, it's a rival in the league, so he knows how they play. You see Roma that game?
You mean as in like, playing another continent, playing another team from another country, so.
Crazy. Like that first goal, considering we see what Alisson is.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a post-it.
Never ever sleep on Gini's contribution to turning that game around.
Facts. If he didn't come on, we don't win that game like that. He was making runs 100%. Beyond the midfield and the strikers.
And he started passing forward instead of sideways.
Facts. Right. Let's get the next caller in. It was his birthday last week. We have him again this week. The one and only Sadiq. Big picture as well. That picture's sick.
Come on.
Sadiq, you there, bro?
I'm here, man. I'm here.
Yes. How you doing, sir?
You good? I'm good, man. I'm good. Excuse the beeping, the fire alarm thing, and it's broken, so it's just constantly beeping. So anyway,
that's cool.
How's everyone doing?
Please don't come out to the ring. We're not going to hear
you. Where you saying from? You're on that night shift.
No, I'm on the night shift. I got the weekend off, so I got Saturday, Sunday, Monday off.
Nice.
So I can't complain. But next week I'll be working the Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So that's all good. I'm getting used to it now.
You ain't gonna miss nothing next week.
Nah. Well, Sunday, but
you ain't missing nothing, bro. You're doing yourself a favor.
But at the same point, I'm like, if we manage to get a win, I'm gonna be like Cal. I'm gonna be shameless. Do you know what I mean? I haven't got that many. I've got one Arsenal guy I work with, and he said he ain't gonna say nothing to me, which I hope he don't. But like, but I've got a friend who's just out of the blue decided to start, and he's an Arsenal fan. And when we lost, I think we lost to United, and then we had the draw game. And he messaged me out of the blue saying, "What's going on?" And I didn't say what's going on with the team. So what's going on? So I'm like, I knew what he meant, but I was just like, "What are you talking about, bro?" He's like, "With your team." I was like, "So you can imagine, I'm already annoyed. Do you know what I mean? With the amount of football you're playing." So I'm like, "What do I? Am I Jurgen Klopp? Do I play for the team? Like, how am I supposed to fix what's going on? Do you know what I mean? We're playing bad. That's all it is. Do you know what I mean? We're not informed." So I'm hoping if we get the result, do you know what I mean? Like, he can't say anything. But if they get the result, I can see him turn around and just mess it in a way. I'm not gonna start projecting. I had a couple of questions for you, man. And so Trent turned 24 today. Happy birthday, Trent.
Yes,
and I know Ramsey is coming along. Do you know what I mean? But I definitely think. Do you think? I think that Trent needs a rest. So I think he's been played way too much for a 23-24-year-old since he's come into the Liverpool squad. And so that's question number one. Question number two, it's sort of two questions in one, but like, do you think the squad needs a refresh? And what is wrong with the team this season? Do you know what I mean? And I think that sort of goes hand in hand, because I think if we got in certain players that would have given us a refresh. And I remember chatting to Drifty the other day, and I showed him a video with Pep having a conversation. I think it was last year with Rio, and Pep was saying basically like every season they get in a player. He said basically you can't win, the trophies that they've been winning with the same old squad, and that's what basically we've been doing. We've been hanging on to these players for far too long, and now we're starting to dry up. Do you know what I mean? We can't stick no rubber tussle on it, so it's just sort of like we're fucked, And my friend just put a message in our WhatsApp group, goes, if results keep going the way they have been, how much faith and time have you guys got to Klopp before we push the panic button? So those are the questions. Do you know what I mean?
No problem, brother.
No, bro. Gonna chuck that out
Yeah.
now. Some tricky questions in there.
But yeah, if we win on Sunday though, bruv, I'll be here. I'll be here for that smoke. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I've got a funny feeling it's their time. You know what I mean? Get humble, get humiliated. So like, especially you, Cal. Yeah, especially I'm talking to you.
Oh, I'll be ready.
Yeah, but like I said, if we happen to pull off the win, bruv, I don't even want to imagine, bruv. I don't even want to think about it. I'll be terrible. Anyway, love you guys.
Big up, G. Love us
Smash
all,
the like
man.
button, people.
Thank you.
Peace.
Big up, G. Big up. You know what's mad? I actually might as well just let the people know. I was with the AFTV boys today, and I've agreed to let Laurie and Turkish come on the stream if they beat us. But they said they're going to hold that same energy if we win. And
that's
they'll
what I
show
want
up.
to hear. All right.
And they'll show up if we win. So
that's what I want to hear.
That match reaction is going to be very interesting. Bro. It's going to be very
damn right.
It's going to be very interesting. We could have Lee, Turkish, and Laurie in here making life so bad, or we could have them in it and we could be having a party on them. Who knows?
Have another special guest. I'll tell you off air as well. I might have another special guest.
Who knows?
The Trent rest. Completely agree. The problem is 100%. Calvin Ramsey the guy to allow him to have that rest or not? Because if he's not, then we've made a boo-boo with that. Because if you're going to go and get Calvin Ramsey and you don't think he's ready yet, then you bring him and you loan him out and you go and get someone who is ready now.
I had a feeling in the last few days with Ramsey, after hearing Klopp talk about him, that we might have been a little impatient with him because of how annoying Trent's form has been. And obviously with him being injured, before we even got there. Before we even got to train or whatever. I got a feeling, and I'm not even just saying this because he's Scottish, that's just a coincidence. I got a feeling that Ramsey could turn into a Robertson where in a few years' time, we're like, I can't believe how much we pay for this kid. This kid is unbelievable. I've just got a feeling like everybody who talks about him in glowing terms. And it's very rare you get people that get like hyped up like that. And it could all be like, just a facade or whatever. But everybody from the Scotland under 23s to the Scotland manager to Klopp to anyone who talks about him, bro, they speak. Even you, bro, when I remember when you was talking, everybody talks about him in glowing terms. And I've just got a feeling he could be a Robbo where he came in undetected, low fee. And then once he gets to play, we're like, bro, this kid is good, man. So let's hope, innit? Let's hope.
Squad refresh, 100%. In terms of clock time, I think we said this the other day. For me, he gets a calendar year from now. After a calendar year, we've got some questions, in my opinion. The squad refresh, 100%. I think we need to sign 4 players next summer, minimum.
I think you should buy 2 players every season, minimum. One who's a future prospect or whatever, and one that can actually get in the first team now. That's personally how I feel. And then eventually you get to the point where you don't need anyone. But
That only happens
until
if
you get to that point, I think you should always buy one squad player and one first team player.
The problem with that drift is we have to move people out for doing that, because everyone talks
Yeah.
about Haaland,
You've got to do that. You've got to do
everyone
that.
talks. This is what I'm going to say. Everyone talks about Haaland and Alvarez going to City. No one speaks about the fact that they had to sell Jesus and Sterling to accommodate those guys, and that's what we've not been doing. We haven't been selling players to accommodate new players, unless we've been forced to. Big up Sadiq. Going to bring in our next caller. Congratulations on winning the league, bro.
Oh, geez, thank you. I mean, congratulations on the charity shields. Anyway, good evening, fellas. Good evening. How are we? How are we?
Yeah, well, yeah, it could be better, thanks. I know you're
well, me, being 11th at this point, or is it 9th? I can't remember. Anyway, I thought I'd come in a week early. I'll come on next week, obviously, but I'll come on a week early because I wanted to see how you guys are feeling, see how you're doing. Obviously, you're up against our recreation on Sunday, which is going to be nice. It's going to be hopefully Gabby gives you problems like he used to with us, up the Jesus.
You should want us to win, bro, if Arsenal's your title challenge, isn't it?
Nah, listen. You know when you hold a soft spot for certain players, I love Gabby. Gabby, he was so integral to our side, especially with the last game we had. Well, apart from the FA Cup and the Charity Shield, in the actual league, the last game we had against you guys. I mean, he got the goal, didn't he? And kept it to a draw. So he's been so integral to our team in so many games. So I wish him the best at Arsenal, to be fair. But I can't lie, I am looking forward to Sunday with you boys because it's a big question now on mentality monsters. It's a big question on who's now going to be the clutch player that's not called Mane? And I'm looking forward to see how that goes because I can't lie. These games right here, if I felt as a City fan, if you guys were playing, you was in a rut, this game right here, I'd be like, oh, God, Mane. This man's going to come out of nowhere. We're going to be chasing shadows on that left wing. Like, these are the types of games here where Sadio would be, bang, straight in there, clutch. He's got goal out of nothing. So I'm looking forward to see how this goes. And, I'll leave the City stuff till next week because you got to get past this. But you know what? The one thing I will say though is I'm really disappointed in the golden boot ratio. Though, not gonna lie. Do you remember when I came on last time? And I was like, all these people talk about Nunes, but it's actually about Mo Salah. Oh, come on, man. That now makes me look silly. Like Mo Salah's not been doing anything. Like
it's all about Bobby, mate.
I was like, so it's going to be Salah. It's going to be Haaland. Like, Haaland's going to get this, like, birth of fun. No. Salah, Haaland's gone and done his own thing, which, you know what, I can't lie, was expected. And a lot of people talk about how it's just Haaland, but it's the team who is introduced to. But anyway, we'll move on from that. I've got a couple of questions for you guys. First one is, how are you guys feeling about this Arsenal side compared to, obviously, to City? And when I ask that is because obviously a lot of what Mikel Arteta is doing in his tactics are very based on City. There's a few key differences, obviously, but the way they're pressing, they counter press like us, very much so in the way they play. Jesus, he didn't have a single spot up top like us, but the way he presses from the front, very much like how Bobby used to a few years ago for you guys, is what he does for us. I just want to see your opinions on like the comparison between the two and how you feel about it, because this could be your pre-match before you face us. And the second question is, hopefully all is well with you guys and keep blessed. And hopefully you guys do all right. But that's going to be done. Take care, guys. And have a good evening. See you in a bit.
Next week, man. Big up, G.
Can't wait to see you next week.
City next week. Whoa. Haaland.
All right. In terms of the player who I think is going to come up clutch, I think it's simple. I think it's Jota.
Okay.
I think Jota's going to become that clutch player for us now. Nunes could still become that, but as things stand right now, Jota's the one I have most faith in being clutch.
I hear you. Like my brain is still processing all the conversations I had today, and I don't really want to give any spoilers away, but Fuizzi thinks it's going to be Nunes, and I'm hoping he's right still.
Big up Fuizzi.
Nunes! That's really easy to say. Yeah, it's mad. The mad thing is as well, bro, yeah. Today I asked Fuizzi and I asked Alex, if somebody offered us a draw in both games right now, would you take it? And both of them said, no, fuck that, man. We can get the win. But I said, no. But if that was it, would you take it? And I would. I don't know if that sounds defeatist, but if somebody said to me right now that we will finish those two games with a draw, and here's why I don't think a draw would be bad in that circumstance, because I feel like even though it's 4 points dropped in terms of the top four race, those two teams are the best teams in the league right now, and therefore stopping them advancing isn't really of a detriment to us. Because if we do hope to eventually get involved in the conversation of that type of situation, making sure neither of those teams gain an advantage on us, I think would be beneficial.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? And we're playing really badly in the league. I would take a draw in both of those games if you ask me now, and I literally could just like pick it. So I don't know how you feel about that one.
I know I'll take 2 draws in the next 2 games because I don't think we're going for the league this season. I think we're going for top 4. So I think it's different. If we're going for the league, then we need at least 1 out of the 2 to win. But I don't think we are this season. In terms of my opinion on Arsenal have been bloody good so far, but I still think it's very premature to compare them to City. Like City are a juggernaut very, very early. So I think this Sunday is going to show a lot. If Arsenal come out and they blitz us and they do their thing, then you have to start giving them even more respect than they've been getting. But if they don't pull it out against us, I think questions have to be asked as well. So I think this is just as big a game for Arsenal as it is for Liverpool.
Yeah.
All right, going to get the next caller in. Narit. Can you hear us, Narit, bro?
Yes, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I hear you, bro. Yeah.
What's going on, Narit?
I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
Good, bro. How are you?
Good, bro. Bless, man.
Yeah.
All right, look at the kit. Drippy.
Yeah, just for you, Drifty, for you.
Yeah. That kit is beautiful. I don't care. Every time I see that kit, I fall in love all over
playing
again.
chess.
Yeah, so the last time I was here, it was 2 weeks ago, and Callum, you weren't here. So, hope you're feeling much better now. And
thank you, bro.
Callum, Drifty and Matt will remember this. I actually want to show you something. I was going to do Bruno a favor 2 weeks ago, so I might as well show it to you as well. So I was gonna burn the book. But then if you wait for it, I shouldn't burn the book.
Right. It's never far away. It's never far away. Look.
Yeah, but big up Bruno each and every time, and
big up Bruno, man.
Yeah, there's no question this week. I just wanted to touch on the game on Sunday, and I see a lot of Arsenal fans because I've got loads of friends here who are like half of them are United, half of them are Arsenal. So, I've watched the Prem panel last night, and shout out Gunnar Lee. So I hope he does come back here if it's an L for them. And
oh yeah, you invited him on as well, isn't it? Yeah, it's gonna be packed.
Callum even said if he has to, he might even drive to the Emirates to drag him here.
Bring him out where he's hiding.
Batting.
Yeah, and I obviously watched the preview earlier today as well with shout out Nero Foul channel with you and Mons on.
Yeah, big up.
So I've seen loads of Arsenal fans this whole week build up to the game, having this chest from nowhere because they're top of the league, 7 wins in 8, and they keep talking about current form, but if we look at the past, I think Callum, you mentioned today that it was 1 in 14, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
That they last, beat us in the Prem, and it's been 2 years since they scored a goal. And I don't know, I just feel like I'm really optimistic for Sunday. Like, I don't know where I'm getting this from, but maybe because it's Arsenal, but yeah, I'm actually predicting for us to actually go there and win, because this is what football does to you, though, right? Like, it must come to a point where we have to turn it around and they have to slip up. So I don't.
100.
They're saying against Man United they didn't have Thomas Partey. It was away from home, but like, come on, man. Emirates or Anfield, it's always a win for us, you know. But well, most of the times anyway. But I'm not sure if you guys saw this today, but I think it was on Twitter as well, and I think on Facebook. But I've seen pictures as well that Thiago wasn't actually pictured in training today, you know. And no, but I read a lot of the articles that was released on this Thiago news. I don't think it's anything serious, because when Klopp gave like an injury update in his press conference, he only mentioned Artur, who didn't make the bench in the Rangers game, and I think apparently he pulled his muscle already without playing, but he didn't mention any other new injuries for Thiago, you know. So there was nothing mentioned about Thiago. I just hope we're actually just protecting him for like Sunday, you know. So yeah, fingers crossed for that. And I think he mentioned about Darwin Núñez, like, we have to be optimistic.
Cut. I mean, listen, Narrate, sorry to interject, bro. I'm just gonna be so quickly, but I've just gone and looked online. I thought, you know what, Narrate, he's chatting. I want to see what's going on, bro. On the Liverpool Echo, they say there's no sign of Thiago Alcantara in the latest batch of pictures from training. They haven't given any update so far, but one thing I will say is him being in no training pictures whatsoever, and that's coming from the Echo, is not a good sign. Normally, there's something that they will say is like, I don't know, he's not in the latest training pictures. However, he was on a personal training thingy or whatever. But there's been nothing so far. It's not looking good. That's all I'm gonna say. Go back to you, Nari. Sorry, bro. I had to let the people them know, as well as yourself.
No, that's completely cool. But yeah, I mean, I just hope it's nothing serious. I think I just hope we're protecting him, like, you know, and obviously when the lineup are out on Sunday, I hope to see his name. And yeah, I just hope we stick to the same formation. Like, I don't want him to go back to 4-3-3. You know, I think that's the biggest question we all have this whole week. Is he going to stick to the same? I hope he does, because, you know, like, why not? Like, if you're going to have 5 attackers in the team, I think someone earlier, one of the callers, apologies, I don't remember who, but he said we only have one on the bench. I think it was Bruno, actually.
Bruno,
but yeah, I think he's saying we only have one on the bench against Rangers, and that's Bobby Firmino. So I get where he's coming from, but again, I see Man City do it a lot, you know, so if it's going to work, then why not just play our front four? And, you know, whether it's 4-2-3-1 or 4-4-2. But yeah, there's no question. But if you guys don't mind, can I promote my new channel?
Yeah, of course, bro.
Before I get to that, I know there's probably a couple more waiting, and you guys have another stream after this, you know, for the preview again, with Troops. But basically, I wanted to say that I want to use this time to appreciate you guys. I think a lot of us, you know, you guys have given us this platform and your channel to actually have our say and, you know, give our opinions. And a lot of us actually went on to create their own channels, and, you know, it's all started from this community right here and because of Kop-Ish. So I don't think a lot of people would actually want to say things like what I'm about to say, but because it's not really easy. But the past year or so, I've been going through a lot of mental health as well and depression. So, you know, coming out here and actually expressing how I feel in front of the camera, it's a difficult thing for me. And the past year, I've actually been going on a lot of streams now and, you know, talking to people because I just love football. It's the only thing that's actually keeping me happy and, you know, who I am. And I mean, unless you're a Liverpool fan right now, you're not so happy. But yeah, just football in general and you guys, that's the main thing. And so the plan for the channel is I'm just going to be pre-recording for now, you know, just previews and post-match reactions. And yeah, I'm hoping to go live soon as well. And yeah, I'm going to be posting the link in the chat right after I go off. So if you guys can help me with that. So it's basically, I just literally created, like, I think it was a few days ago. So there's no post, there's nothing on it yet. You know, I haven't published anything, no subscribers, but it's actually called the Indian Scouser. So can you imagine? I can't
No,
imagine.
I like that. I like that, bro. I like
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
bro. I'm looking forward to seeing it, man.
Inspired by the Greek Scouser, Simicast. But
Jeez.
but yeah, much love to you guys each and every time. And yeah, I
Big up,
just
yeah.
hope we get the big win on Sunday. It's
Big
going to be
up,
huge
man.
for us going forward to Rangers and City at home. So much love to all three of you, and big up Kop-Ish and smash the likes, people. I'm out.
Bless you, bro.
Big up,
All right,
man.
thank
Bless
you, my
bro.
brother, and love to
Bless,
you as
man.
well, brother. Keep
Yeah,
doing your thing, bro.
thank
Trust me.
Yeah, man. Keep your head
Trust
up, bro.
me.
Keep your head up, man.
Thank you,
bro.
guys.
And we look forward to seeing the channel, man. I look forward to seeing some
100%.
stuff, man.
Definitely.
Trust me.
Thank
Big
you.
up,
Thank
bro.
you.
Big up, bro.
Love, bro.
Guys, make sure you go and show
Love.
Nerit some love and subscribe to his channel, man. You know what I mean? It's definitely not easy to go through depression. It's definitely not easy to deal with stuff. We're brothers, so we know what we all go through, and we know we've been through some shit in this last year, just this last year. I don't even know how I'm even here today right now. Like, there's some stuff I'm gonna have to tell you, like some shit, like, and it's hard, man. It's very hard. Like, a lot of times you'll come on the channel and you're not being fake, but you're putting up a mask, so to speak, because you have to be for the people. You have to try and be upbeat, and you want to be there for the people. And I'm gonna be honest, sometimes this distraction is what I need. There's times that my day is rough, and coming here and talking to the people and whatnot and being with you, man, it's the bit that cheers me up in the day. So, you know what I mean? Big up Nerit, big up anyone else who's going through some shit. Big up everyone who I know who's told me they're going through some shit. Big up you, man. I know what you, man, are going through. Life's real, man. Life's real. And it pumps you up. And it pumps you up regular. Like big brother thumping up little brother regular. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you just have to keep going, man. You have to keep your head up, man. So big up anyone who's going through anything, man.
Indeed. Well said, Drift.
Trust
bro.
me.
Well said.
Yeah, indeed, bro.
Right. Gonna bring our next caller in. They say this is a big rich town.
Yeah. I didn't know. Yeah.
Ad-libs
Ghost,
there, you know.
aka Liverpool 12, man.
Yeah.
What it do? What it do?
What's happening, bro?
Chilling, man. Chilling on I guess a little staycation right now. So you know how it goes. Struggling.
I was thinking different backdrop in that, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's tough. The nightclub industry can be rough on you sometimes. So
we see that we see
Yeah,
power,
we've
bro.
seen
Yeah.
it, man. We've
Oh,
seen
yeah.
it. We know how hard it is to run truth, bro. We know.
Oh man, yeah.
Angie, she really. How's Angie though?
Oh, she's good.
She good. All right.
Oh man, oh man. I wanted to come on because I had 3 points. I want to talk about three of my definitely favorite players, because I know that we have big game this weekend for all my Gooner fans. Oh God, I don't want to talk about that stuff. But anyway, yeah, we got a good game coming up, and I wanted to say about how I like the conversion or how people start to convert towards conform. That's a better word to the idea of what I said early. Because I came on, I remember in preseason I came on, I was talking about this 4-2-3-1, and I got laughed at. I got told that I don't know what I'm talking about, that that this team will never do that. Klopp will never do this. Klopp's never done that. He won't do it with this team. And I was like, all right, just give it time. I sold Bobby, the fourth leading scorer in the Prem. Fourth. Okay, top 5. That he was done. He can't play the 10, much less score, period. Bobby Blue Eyes, love him. You know, and I had to like come back with something, you know. I don't really always like to be the I told you guy or I said this, I said that. But I mean, sometimes I guess you just gotta say it, you know, like and it's one of those things where, you know, I remember also with Darwin, I called out the fact that I think that Darwin reminds me of El Nino. And I only said that because truthfully, you know, Torres was my favorite player when during his time during his Liverpool era. And I would love to see that reemergence. You know, I think that sometimes we get twisted because I watch a lot of CONCACAF, but I watch a lot of CONMEBOL too. And when it comes to these players, Uruguay is really undervalued with the players and the talent and the fact that it is a soccer powerhouse. And despite the fact that it gets overshadowed by Brazil and Argentina. So I'm really looking at a lot of different things with this team and how, like, sometimes we have to put a little bit more respect on our players' names, because just like you said earlier, the media can sometimes bring up these narratives, and then we jump on the back of those. We help those narratives grow by us saying things that we don't see, sometimes don't even believe, you know, and we bring up stuff about like stats and such, this and that. And half the time people are like, oh, you can't use stats. Well, then what can you use?
Yeah.
If you can't use facts, then what can you use? Then we're just straight dropping opinions. And then there is no right and wrong in the opinion, really, realistically, because it's your opinion, you know? So, like, yeah, I'm looking at this game to be something of what I'd like to see. I've always believed in Klopp, because despite the fact that, you know, he's got his naysayers and everything else, and it did trouble me that it took this long to bring out the 4-2-3-1 or the 4-2-4, however you look at it. And I do have a question, though, because, I mean, if you want to chop up some of that stuff, because I know, like, I had a whole bunch of different points, but I guess I'm going to have to start my own channel, too, to get some of these things out.
Hey, make sure you do, let us know, bro.
Yeah. But
live stream from truth.
Oh,
There for that.
oh no, that can't be done. Yeah, can't be done. Oh, man. I have a funny story. I got two questions, but let me tell you a funny story real quick. This happened this weekend, because it doesn't matter. The girl I'm dating now, she doesn't watch this. So anyway, like
famous last words.
Yeah. So there's this girl came up to me, and she was like, oh, you know, she wanted to hear Afro beats or something like that in the club. And I was like, all right, you know. She's like, oh, I'm like, where are you from? She's like, I'm from England. Says I'm from Manchester. And it was funny because, like, this girl's fly. But when she came up to me and she said Manchester, I don't know what it was, but like my other head just went, nope, not interested. You know what I mean? So, like, it just went straight down.
I was just thinking Jazzy Jeff, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, bro. Like, get out of here, man.
Get out of here.
Get out of here.
Oh, when she said that, I was just like, nah, first you ain't hearing no music like that now in the club, but still, I'm not even interested, really. I just turned off. And then she goes, oh, you know, I'm from actually, I'm like, oh, I said, what team do you follow? And then you follow United or you City. And she goes, I'm a Liverpool fan. I'm like, from Manchester and you're a Liverpool fan. And then she goes, oh, yeah. I just tell people I'm from Manchester in the States because not many people know Liverpool. And I'm like, I'm wearing a Liverpool jacket at the time, keep in mind, all right? And like, and I'm just like, what? And then she sees the bad and she goes crazy over it. And I'm just like, oh, all right. But it was just amazing how the fact that she was a Manchester, that she said Manchester, I was like, nah, I'm good. I don't even care what you got to say next. I ain't even trying to kick it to you, none of that stuff. But yet, as soon as she said, I'm a Liverpool fan, I was like, oh, I'm back into it now. What do you got to say?
Facts.
You know?
Yeah.
So, like, it was just
that's
funny.
that rivalry, bro. Manchester's the worst team she could have said if you're a Liverpool fan.
Oh, absolutely. I was just like,
100%, man.
Yeah, she was definitely flying. But oh man, this is funny stuff. But I got two questions. I'll just skip over all those stuff and just tell you this because I know my time's done. I wanted to say if we had to, I think one of the most important positions, especially with the news that you're just talking about today, is Thiago on our team. When Thiago plays, we play, as they say, right?
Facts.
So in world football, what player do you see being the next Thiago that is under 25? And I know it's a tough question. I'm not saying that he is Thiago now. I'm just saying, what player do you see being the next Thiago that is under 25? Someone that we could possibly even like go after, bring in to, you know, to learn the ways of Thiago or work, because it's the most important position, and he's possibly the most important player on our team right now, because when he's on our squad, when he's on that pitch, everything works differently. And I just wanted to know if you guys had some ideas about that. But again, happy to hear that you guys are well and safe, and I hope, Drifty, that things start to go better for you, whatever's going on. I know it's personal, but hope everything starts.
Big up, man. Love, bro. Big up, man.
Bro, you're a legend, man.
See you next week, bro.
Tough man, always, bro. Legend as always, brother.
I'll tell you if I'm still with the other girl or not. But we'll see. She's cool.
Yeah, you better buy them roses.
Yeah. I'm the rose, bro. I'm the rose.
No, big up, G. Big up, man. Big up.
Big up, bro.
That reminded me of when they asked Zlatan what he got his girl for her birthday, and he was like, I'm Zlatan. I am the gift. I was like, right, this guy's so into himself. It's unbelievable.
He's brave.
Ibrahimovic.
Crazy, bro.
No, but Ibra's the type of guy that you know that, like, he just don't give a shit. Like, he just don't give a shit.
Yeah. I try that with my missus. I'll let you guys know from the next live how that goes, yeah? Two players come to mind when it comes to Thiago. One, I think, is absolutely a player we can't get. One's a player we could have actually got in the summer.
Okay, go on.
Pedri, we absolutely can't get.
Yeah.
Vitinha's the other one.
Yeah. You see Vitinha?
I don't know.
The one that's at PSG, yeah? PSG, man.
No, not as good as Thiago, Drift. Not as good as Thiago, but someone who can kind of replicate some of the stuff he does.
Okay.
You talking about previous Porto, now PSG.
Yeah.
Bro.
He should have been someone we could have got.
You know what's mad, yeah? You lot might look at me a bit sideways.
Sorry, guys,
and I don't think he's ever going to be anywhere near as good as Thiago, but I think he is just 25. I think Neves has a very similar playing style to Thiago.
Oh, I don't.
I do.
I think Neves reminds me of Alonso.
But I think Alonso has, other than the tenaciousness, I think Alonso and Thiago have very similar playing styles.
Nah, I don't.
You don't think so, no?
No.
Actually, no, I take that back. Actually, Thiago is a bit is kind of a dribbler, whereas
He's more
Alonso
mobile than Alonso.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, I'm just thinking of the passing, innit? And then Thiago's got way better dribbling than Alonso. You're right, they are a bit different. I like Neves. I think Neves. I think he's got very similar traits. I think Neves has got very similar traits to Thiago. He's nowhere near as good, but I think he's got very similar traits to Thiago. And I think he's 25. I think. I might be wrong, but I think Neves is 25.
Those are the only two players. I genuinely don't know how we find a player similar to, like, I genuinely don't know how we didn't go. Some of the midfielders I've seen move over the last couple of years, it bewilders me. It really does. It really does bewilder me. Right, let's get our next caller in. Pete, Pete, can you hear us?
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you, Pete. How you doing?
What's up, man?
Yeah, good. How are you guys?
Not too bad, bro.
Bless, man.
Pete, you and these DPs, yeah. I swear he's going to change it. Hold on a minute. I swear Pete said he was going to change it from me last week. That's a cold one, though. Still, when was that from, though, Pete? I'm trying to remember what happened there.
There have been so many. You know, before I come on the stream, I have a file on my phone. Anytime a goal happens and one of you make one of those faces, I just have a full.
I was definitely gonna say that's a goal. That was
a goal. There's no one that wants drift for you not expect it. You're like this. You're like,
I think it was the Trent goal versus Newcastle. They're like indirect kind of free kick. Yeah.
All right then. Someone's even got it there. Trent, right? Big up Sammy. Is that Trent goal versus Newcastle? Right? You lot, listen.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
You lot are the
Pension and Matt is
sickest.
moving. So he's giving me jokes. Some of the things he said are wild, but he's actually giving me jokes. I'm trying to like not laugh when I'm
Yeah,
saying some of the things
yeah.
they say.
You're just saying a few things that have
Yeah,
me
pensioner Matt has
up
been
slowly.
on one
Yeah, yeah.
today. I'm not gonna lie.
Sorry, Pete, we're
Yeah,
eating into
still.
time, bro.
No,
Sorry,
it's
what have we
fine.
got for us,
I
bro?
also want to say one thing before I ask my question, or tell you guys one thing. Just if you click on my channel, it's not a proper channel. It's just going to be now clipping up anyone who says something without pausing. So that's what my channel is going to be, because I thought everyone's decided to start making channels. So the first one I got was actually of Callum. I can't remember what it was now, but that's the first thing I posted. And yeah, so my question was, is the Salah, Firmino, Mane front three a top 7 in like since 2000 of attacking trios? Is it a top 7 attacking trios? Because I don't, it might not be. Because you have like Bayern have had quite a few, Barca have had a few, of course, especially MSN. Madrid have had the 3-peat Champions League one. United have had Rooney, Ronaldo, Tevez. Like there've been quite a few. So I wanted to ask if it was top 7.
Okay. Is that the only one? Is that the only question, bro?
Yeah, that's my only question.
That's
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, that question. But that question is serious though.
I was gonna ask about the fight, but that's been cancelled. So
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Conor Ben.
I think I want to do a members video with these boys about Conor Ben and his future. Because
yeah, that's a good one, Drift.
I'll speak to you boys offline because it's not as clear cut as it seems. To the
Nah,
public.
Cal, you can't do that. You can't do that. Bro.
I'm not. I can't actually speak about it.
Oh,
I
okay,
was gonna.
okay.
Yeah, I was
Fair,
gonna
fair,
say.
fair. If you're saying that,
You know, Matt is the don't push the red button. What this button?
Yeah, I genuinely can't.
Man just would have got all Cal's thing just locked off.
Yeah,
no.
you know what I
If you
mean?
can't say, you can't say. Yeah, that's what after then.
What button?
Before I leave, I was just
trying to. I'm just the man of the people. Yeah, go on.
If the results didn't come out and he was positive for whatever it was, who do you guys think would have actually won that fight?
Chris.
Oh, Chris. Yeah,
Too
I would have
big,
went
too
Chris.
strong.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest
agreed.
with you. I actually think Ben would have won, but I don't think it would have been. Yeah, there's something about his ferociousness
Because of the weight
that
cut,
I
maybe.
think would have overwhelmed, and that there's something about his ferociousness that I think would have overwhelmed Eubank, and Eubank never fighting at that weight. I think was a bigger deal than maybe people realized.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I watched flipping what's his name go down to fight. I know
Chad
UFC
Dawson.
is a little bit different, but no, TJ when he dropped weight, like he couldn't even take a punch. Do you know what I mean?
He was on all the supplements in the world.
Yeah, for real. But I just think when you drop weight, you can't take punches as well.
That's
And
true.
Ben is ferocious, and I think if he'd have caught, you know what I mean, if he'd have caught him in a little flurry when he's already like, you know, dehydrated or whatever, I don't know. I think it could have got techie for Eubank still, but
I think he would have weathered the storm personally. But yeah, that's definitely a members vid, 100%.
Yeah. Once I tell you what I have to tell you, then we can do a members video. But I have to tell you something first.
Ah, right. That means Cal spot to Eddie Hearn, you know. Cheers.
Hey, there's own settings in that.
No, but Pete,
Okay,
brilliant question,
thanks.
bro. We're gonna try that out for
Yeah.
you now, bro.
All right, see you
Big up,
guys.
bro.
Bless
Big
you,
up,
brother, man.
big up, bro.
The front three being in the top 7. Off the top of my head, without
Since
really
2000
doing research into it,
Did you say since 2010? He said, I think.
yeah, I think yes.
Yeah, they
But I
are.
think-
They are.
I think
do
there's
think
only
it-
two. There's only two front threes for me that's been better. In
Just
history.
quickly
Is
as
that
well, I
Barcelona
think.
as well?
No, go on.
Barcelona- Sorry, is that MSN
But
and Bell,
Barca in
Ronaldo?
Brazil.
Brazil.
Oh, what about MSN?
No, but this is just club football, though.
I mean, sorry, that is MSN. Sorry, I'm saying
we're not
Barca
just talking.
and
We're not
Real.
just talking.
Yeah, Real.
No. Real's wasn't better than Liverpool's.
But
No, in my
Ronaldo, Bell, and Benzema.
Yeah, I'll still go Bobby because it's all about because remember we're talking about the cohesion and the chemistry as well. We're not just talking about individual players. Like that Real Madrid front three was amazing as individuals, and I know they did gel to a degree, but I don't think they had that chemistry like Bobby Salah and Mane did.
They didn't have
Like,
chemistry, but look what they won
but you have
without
to put it all-
chemistry.
I know, but you've got to put it all into thingy. I think it can't just be the name of the player that plays. I think it also
Alright,
has to be the.
but remember, he
chemistry
said
that they
2000
have as a front three as well.
I hear you. He said 2010. What I was gonna say is, We should do a members for that. I
Yeah,
think we should actually go
I'll just
into it
write
in
that
more
down.
detail about some of the players who,
That's
or the some of the people that deserve to be in there.
like any team Ronaldo's playing in doesn't really have chemistry, does it? It's all about him.
Disagree. Unruly Rascal, you there, bro?
Yes. Can you
What's
hear me?
happening, bro?
Yeah, we
Yeah, I
hear
can
you.
hear you, bro. What's going on,
What's
G?
happening, bro?
This game this weekend, I'm excited, but then I'm not at the same time because I'm a bit fearful of you guys. You know, if you turn up, it could be your redemption season. You know, the game could happen, but I'm just hoping that we just finish you off, and then City finish you off next weekend. And
Okay. Just
I'm
kick
just
a man while
hoping,
he's
I'm just
down, yeah?
hoping.
I'm really sorry. Who do you
hoping.
support? I'm really sorry. Who do you support?
Arsenal.
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 Okay.
Arsenal.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping that happens because you know I've been watching you lot for a while, and you lot have been unbearable, especially Kal. Especially Kal. especially.
Kal gets
Always
Yeah,
coming,
Kal's like that
always
still.
coming. He just now he's been a bit quiet. Last couple of weeks he was like, no, I've been watching him on the terrorists, everything, and he's been giving it. And then all of a sudden now the game's coming out and he's gone quiet now. Oh no, I don't know what's going on. I'm worried. He's going a bit
You know,
silent,
Unruly,
waiting
can
for
I
the
just
game.
ask you quickly? Do you think it's a bit of PTSD why you're worried? Because surely form-wise, there's nothing to worry about, really.
No, I don't say it's PTSD, but I just know Liverpool. You are a good team.
You ain't got
When you
hostage
click.
down there, bro.
You're a good team when you lot click. When you lot click, you're a good team. Right now you've been out of form. I've been loving it. I've been loving the content, loving every moment of it, enjoying it. You know, but when you lot, hopefully you don't click back into gear. But if you do, it's worrying times. That's all it is.
I love the honesty. I love the
Yeah,
honesty.
same.
Most Arsenal fans I've been talking to have had hella chest, but I like the honesty still.
You gotta be humble. You gotta be humble sometimes.
I hear that. I'm glad to see there are some humble Arsenal fans, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really bump into many myself, so
facts.
You know what I mean?
This is why I am the way I am. I'm a product of my environment, bro.
Yeah. Real talk.
But nah, Unruly. Hopefully
Big up,
we
bro.
see you in the stream on Sunday. Hopefully we're celebrating and you're not. But if you're not, so if we're not celebrating, still hope to see you as well. And I will be there to eat my humble pie.
Catch you up there.
Bless
Big
you,
up,
brother.
G.
Take
Bless,
care,
bro. Big
Have a
up,
blessed
my
weekend,
G.
man.
Okay, so there are some humble Arsenal fans. There are some.
One, bro. There's only one.
There's
No,
only
do you
a
know
few.
what? Couple of my man, them are humble
Yeah,
still.
same.
There you
Yeah,
are.
there's a few. There's a
Couple of
few.
them
Big
are,
up my
yeah.
brethren C. Yeah.
Big up my
There's a
brethren
few of
Miles
them.
as well.
There's
Miles
a
is
few of
a
them.
humble.
Still, there's a few of them. There's a few of them.
I don't know if
humble still.
my boys want their names called out, but they know who they are. I've got a couple. I call them baller, no ballers. You know, like them ones. So like they'll give it, but they still know in it. Like they don't go overboard.
Yeah,
with it.
one of them in particular knows ball very well, and even though he knows that they're in better form, he knows how good we are, and he's like, you know what, we're the favorites, but you man are still a problem. Even though you guys aren't playing well, when he says like, "Oh, you guys aren't playing well, but you're still a problem," he knows ball in it. He knows ball. So.
And my boys come at me sometimes and they'll be like, "Yo, like, just why you going so ham on Arsenal, bro?" Like, I'm like, bro, it's not you, man. I wish everyone was like you lot. You don't know what it's like in this world talking to all the other Arsenal fans. You know what I mean? Like, they give it, so you got to give it back, innit?
Tattoo King with a heart of appreciation.
Big up,
yourself,
man, that Tattoo King.
Appreciate that, man.
Bejan Barnes says, Kal, we need to sign 2 players in Jan and have Naby and Ox out. We ain't signing 5 players in the summer. Big up, fellas. I completely agree with that.
Big up
100%.
Asian still.
You know what I mean? I mean zero disrespect when I say this. Zero disrespect when I say this. Ox and Naby are pointless Liverpool players at this point. Like
At the moment, yeah.
Pointless.
Yeah.
No, this season even, Cal. They're just pointless players, bro.
Yeah.
Naby ain't gonna play well and go ham when he's worried about his future and he's leaving for free and he's not gonna want to be injured. But they are pointless players at this moment. It was actually probably Klopp's worst ever decision if it was his decision to go into this season and have those two in the squad. It's just it's just a terrible idea. A terrible idea.
Agreed. Mr. Dalsay Drift says Matt or Micah Richards laugh. You taking Matt's all day.
I'm gonna take Matt's because that's my G in it. But I'll give an honourable mention to Micah Richards laugh. It's hilarious. I can't lie.
But
It
Matt's,
is hilarious.
I'm not gonna lie.
Matt's laugh is infectious, isn't it?
You see did I tell you when it really, really hit me? When we did the golf video, and you know when I did the short shot. Your reaction and then Matt's laugh took it to a whole nother level of how I felt.
No, but you know what's mad though? When we did the golf, your laugh was killer in that as well, bro. Do you remember? There was a moment when Matt missed the shot and Cal's laugh was everything. Do you remember that? Because I remember there was a moment when Matt was like, nah, something ain't right. And Cal's laugh was just gone. Like Cal was just gone. Like.
You know, me and Micah though need to have a laughing contest. Still, I can't even lie. Big up Micah though.
Matt's best ever laugh that just had me just finished was that time when we were talking about carriers. And I was laughing because Matt's laugh was making me laugh. Like, I was gone. I know
exactly what you're talking about. No, do you know another one as well? You know the first time when you we uploaded a few more of the videos that we have now, like some of the clips we have. I think some of them from then as well, especially some of them got me bad, bro. Like bad. To the point where man was like crying and all sorts, bro.
Yeah.
I couldn't even talk. I couldn't even talk, bro.
Yeah. There is nothing better in life than laughter. I don't think anyway.
No, it's true, you know, bro. Honestly, like sometimes you just gotta laugh, innit? You just like literally, it's one of them things where you just have to laugh. It don't even matter if someone's taking the mick out of me. Sometimes I will laugh. Listen, these man, they know innit. Like they see the golf thing in that, bro. In the golf, I came last year. The golf thing was an absolute like I had a mare. No. But you, man, when I say some of the shots that I was playing, you would think that I'd never even seen golf being played before. Like some of the shots that I had was so bad. And I remember you man were just laughing. But you man made me laugh. Yeah. It's one of them ones, isn't it? You just gotta laugh.
But I remember this one time, so I know you're trying to get through the Supers, Cal. Me and my boy Breezy, obviously the channel know Breezy. Breezy's been in a few times. There's just this one time when me and him was watching Def Jam. And like it was an inside joke and the Def Jam all combined. And I bullshit you not, we laughed solid for 20 minutes. 20 minutes to the point where we were so exhausted from laughing that I felt sick. Have you ever laughed so much that you feel sick because you've like drained every bit of like energy from your... Oh man, but I'll never think it was the best. That was the best laugh I've ever had in my life, without a doubt. If I just mentioned it to Breezy, we'd just go off. Like, because even now, think about it, it makes me wanna laugh, man. Unbelievable.
Mr. Darcy, which of the big six do you dislike the least? It's Tottenham. They don't win, not in a bad way, but they don't win anything, innit?
Yeah. All jokes
I
aside,
see the
probably
pain it
Spurs.
inflicts when they beat Arsenal.
Oh, actually, do you know what? That's slightly changed now. Just quickly, slightly changed only because they stopped us theoretically from winning the league last year. We beat Spurs to win the league, if I'm not mistaken, right, guys? But it's not that same type of.
But
It's not that same type of.
it ain't the same.
Yeah,
It ain't the same.
it's not the same. So yeah, agreed. Probably Spurs. Yeah.
Someone says big up Monts. He was in Troops pod earlier, fully deserved. He was indeed.
Yes, I saw that.
We'll
Big up Monts. Indeed, we will be.
His thing, man.
Micah Johnson says, long time Cal, going to the game against you lot on Sunday. By the way, do you think Ade
Oladipo
saying AJ is the best athlete he's ever seen? Would I think of it? He might be the best athlete he's seen. He might genuinely be. Doesn't mean he's the best boxer though. Athlete and boxer are two different things. He might genuinely be he is an athlete. Look at him, he's an athletic specimen.
Yeah, he is athletic.
Like,
But, yeah.
I don't know, you know. I don't know.
Nah, he is, bro. He's
to look at, yeah. But in terms of actually being, I'm sure there's got to be more. There's got to be other boxers that are more athletic than AJ. There's got to be,
bro.
To be fair, even Deontay Wilder, because remember Deontay
I was
Wilder
gonna,
is more
I would say
NFL
Deontay Wilder is definitely more
NBA
athletic
type
than AJ.
physique.
Yeah. He used to play basketball.
Do you get?
Basketball
That's
is
what I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to say.
that's what
Because
Yeah,
and we
that's
can't
what I'm
rule.
saying,
Because remember, Wilder probably got the hardest punch in the division.
Yeah, but yeah. Apart from Ngannou,
Wilder's
Yeah,
the type of Wilder's the type of guy that you can imagine even being like an NFL player or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Like,
nah,
Yeah,
not in a
I'm playing-
rude way. Not in a rude way. His legs too skinny to be NFL. Not in a, not
yeah,
even
but
in a,
he could
play
have
NBA
been a
though.
wide receiver or something like that, bro.
could
Like,
play
you don't
NBA,
always have
man.
to be the one in the scrimmage. Do you know what I mean?
Small
Like,
forward or something like that.
I think Deontay Wilder looks like he's built like a wide receiver, but.
Sultan says, big up Kopish. Hopefully Thiago plays. I'm worried if he misses. Need to
Yeah,
humble these
Thiago
Arsenal
thing.
fans. Facts. Predictions for Yano, Mali, Aljo, TJ, and Du Bronx Islam. I gave mine earlier. I've gone Yan, TJ, and Charles.
I
What are you
think
saying,
it's
Dan?
very bad for O'Malley's career. He's fighting Yan. Personally, I'll go TJ against Aljo and Islam.
I'm going Yan over O'Malley. I think Yan wins that. Bit more discipline for me.
I don't even know if O'Malley's legs will even last that. Fight.
O'Malley, I think he can find out. But TJ, is that TJ Dillashaw
Yeah.
versus
Aljamain Sterling.
I hope I'm wrong, by the
I'm
way.
going Aljamain. I want to.
I hope I'm wrong, by the way. That's not who I want to win. That's
sorry, what's the
you know
last
what I
one,
mean?
Cal? The last
Obviously,
one?
I want-
Is
The
the
last
last
one was Islam or Charles Oliveira.
Charles. I'm going Charles.
How thoroughly are they testing TJ, by the way?
God only knows. God only knows. Mr. Sinclair says, under 21 England photo of Musiala and Bellingham sitting side by side, one wearing 10, other wearing 11, presently both 19, now playing for two different countries. Mad. Yeah.
Chelsea flopped.
Musiala's a star, you know. Star in the making.
Chelsea.
KGFSTGC says, damn Callum, with a memory like that, I could tell you don't partake in a sticky hickey. I can respect that. I hope we beat Arsenal on Sunday. So we will all be on a natural high. He's right. I've never.
Do you know what? I think that might be the key, you know. Cal don't drink alcohol. Obviously, none of us smoke, but like he doesn't smoke. So like that might be the key. Like his brain is always at tip-top focus. Do you know what I mean? Whereas if you've had a couple
Brain's always at
wagons,
100%,
it's very
bro.
difficult to remember who started the game. I'm not gonna lie.
Trust. Mr. Dare I say says, rank them in order quickly. Bell, Neymar, Mo, Hazard.
Neymar, Bale, Mo, Hazard.
This is hard. You know, I don't. There's no
I've got the same
basis.
list, by the way. I've got Neymar, Bell, Mo Salah. No, in fact, I haven't. I've got Neymar, Salah, Bell. and
Yeah.
Hazard.
Yes. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Now you're talking my language.
Yeah, dude. I'm not mad at that. I think Pete Bell gets slept on. Pete Bell was
No,
different.
Pete Bell's serious.
Pete
but
Bell was serious, but how long was the peak?
How long?
I'm
One
thinking
season at
about
Spurs.
I'm thinking about peak when I'm ranking. I'm thinking about peak
I've
when
got
I'm
to think
ranking.
about all of the career, man.
Fair dues. Fair
People, we are now going to be heading over to Monty's channel, Big Six Bants. Make sure you join us over there. If you haven't already, smash the like button on this video. We are going to be back on Sunday for the live match watch along for Arsenal versus Liverpool. And then the post-match where I better be celebrating because, you know, I've even got fizzy apple juice. How about that? I've got some apple tigers in the fridge. I'm looking to bust them open. Pause. On Sunday. So, people, make sure you join us on Sunday. If you haven't already, smash the like button. Till we see you next time, people. Enough love to all the callers. Stay safe, stay blessed. We are Kopish and we're out. Take care, people.
Peace.